We're live, we're live, we're live. What's happening, crypto fam? Happy Monday. Welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Whether you're about to tune in now, live, or whether you're tuning in the future, I appreciate you taking the time out to consume the content. So thank you. I hope you enjoy it, and you hope you get a little bit of value out of it. We are on a new week. We are one step closer to the promised land. We are one step closer to our day in the sun. And we are one step closer to everything we want in the future, basically. So yeah, guys, it's an interesting time, because you've got like Ripple praising Xumm now, saying like, we're going to go through it in a minute. Morning, Oliver, you've got Ripple praising Xumm as a be your own bank app, developed to be your own bank. You've got Ledger hacking everyone left, right, and centre. Have you seen Ledger's Twitter? I've been off Twitter for a bit, me. I'm trying to stay away from it because there's loads of negativity. Morning, Peter. But all my days, go and get. If you're watching this on laptop, TV, or anything other than your phone, go and get Twitter open on your phone, ready, right? Because you're gonna go through this Ripple Xumm, and then all my days, Ledger. Wow, people wonder why we recommend Ledger. You'll see in a minute. Morning, Jason. Tuning in from Dubai. Let's get together one day. 100%, mate. Next time you're in the UK, JJ. Yeah. When you're up north for summer. In fact, I'm planning a fishing trip to Scotland soon, so jump on that. Anyway, let's get in it, because some people, we're going to end up on deep talk and shit, aren't we? So let's get the first 15, 20, 30 minutes out of the way. Nice and crypto, nice and focused. And then we'll see where the chat goes. From Zealandia. I wonder how I'd want to say that in an accent if I was actually wrote it as a character. Sweden. Can I say liquidity? Love it. I can say it a few different ways, though. It depends. If I want to say it like punctually, properly, I'd say liquidity. I'd say the T, liquidity. If I was talking to Kurt and Kurt was talking to me, we're just like liquidity. Ain't no T. I won't say T's in Manchester. Liquidity, mate. Anyway, Ripple says new platform is designed to let XRP holders be their own bank. Now, I am a massive advocate of this, and I want everyone to be their own bank, as in a sense of they're in control of the majority of their value. It's all I mean. It doesn't mean they're not going to trust the bank with some of the value. Trust them with your savings. Still open an ISA and all that bullshit. Go for it. Just begin to understand what it means for you to actually own and control your money. I.e., no one's going to stop you from using the ledger, from plugging a ledger in your laptop, from putting your ledger in your phone, to moving your funds off your ledger. No one can stop that. That's you in control of that, right? You got a Wirex app. Your Wirex card might not work. Your Wirex card might get cancelled. Wirex card might get robbed. Wirex might go down for 3 weeks. They might have server problem. Do you know what I mean? But you've then trusted Wirex. Same with Halifax in your Halifax cards. Oh, let's have it right. So Ripple just released a deep dive on a new XRP focused platform. Now, you could probably check that out on the insights on the Ripple website. And we're going to do a brief overview. So the platform designed to give holders of the third largest cryptocurrency, is it still third, a unique way to hold and spend their cryptocurrency. The platform, called Xumm, is from Ripple-backed development studio XRPL Labs and is currently in beta on both the App Store and Google Play. Head of development. According to Ripple's head of developer relations, Warren Paul Anderson, Xumm is much more than a typical crypto wallet. At first look, Xumm may appear to be an ordinary crypto wallet for XRP, but to the trained eye, Xumm provides a host of features and functionality that make it a powerful platform for thousands of its individual users to be your own bank. XRPL Lab says its ultimate goal for Xumm is to give people a way to save and spend dollars, euros, XRP, and other currencies without need for assistance from a financial institution. According to Anderson, it will also take advantage of the decentralized exchange protocol that's built into the XRP ledger. It just all sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Xumm taps into the power of XRP Ledger decentralized exchange by allowing its users to add other currencies, including fiat like US dollars and euros, on the XRP Ledger. These are called issued currencies, which represent value held by other entities outside of the XRP Ledger, i.e., trust lines. Fiat denominated issued currencies on XRP Ledger's decentralized exchange are akin to fiat-backed stablecoins like Tether on other centralized exchange, which have exploded in popularity over the past few years. The app is non-custodial, allowing users to directly store and access to the keys to their crypto assets. Non-custodial at face value could just mean they ain't in charge of it. Xumm ain't in charge of it. Xumm is not like Wirex. Wirex are holding your crypto for you. If they get hacked, they're gonna have to give it back, or they're gonna have a lot of people asking for some crypto back because they're in charge of their private keys, the secret keys, all that stuff. Xumm, it's non-custodial. It's you. You're the last man standing. You are the fucking keeper. You're the goalkeeper. You are it. Yeah. You lose them restore phrases. It's game over. It's game over. Xumm's been in beta since the end of March, and there's no date for the official release. They're carrying on, aren't they? They just keep going. So who do you trust? Who do you trust? You trust whoever you want to trust, for starters. Don't trust someone else just because they do. Have a look at it yourself. Getting TV and phone sync now. Nice P-Talk, nice, mate, because this is good. This is Ledger, mate, right? I swear to God, I'm on Ledger's Twitter here now, right? And we're going to go down. I'm just going to literally just scroll down to about 3 or 4 days ago. So there's one about Dijon Ledger. There's the one, the cold card Dijon Ledger. HuffPost, gold is criminalized, take back control, crypto, there's Trezor. Oh my days, they've gone out, all out. Follow security rules, manage. Oh my days. I'm going to start with the Trezor one. So, there's a post, and I mean, there's a link here, and so I'm not going to read all the links, but on each one of these posts, there's a link that takes you to the test and the hack that they actually did. And they're exposing each other. So Trezor's no doubt trying to do it to Ledger. Try to hack Ledger, Trezor, and Ledger's try to hack Trezor, and Self-Key will try to hack fucking LE-Pal, and LE-Pal will probably try to hack. So, they'll try to hack each other. Go and find me one that's hacked Ledger. Go and find me one that's hacked Ledger. Ledger are already on Twitter, right? So before we cover the Twitter one, the Trezor one, sorry, we'll go to this about the current hack rumours. Ledger straight on it, so I'll read that if you can. Rumours pretend our Shopify database has been hacked through a Shopify exploit. Our e-commerce team is currently checking these allegations by analysing the so-called hacked database. And so far, it doesn't match our real database. We'll continue investigations and are taking the matter seriously. So apparently there's someone online blagging that they've hacked Ledger's database and they're selling a database of private keys and people. And it ain't even a real list. Ain't even a real list, mate. Morning, Sticky Bud. Morning, Sean. You haven't missed much, mate. You haven't missed much. I have legitimately just been talking about how Ripple have come out in a positive light about Xumm. Saying it's basically, it's not just your standard crypto app. It's going to be an app that allows you to be your own bank, which isn't a good thing for everyone. I'm an advocate of it. I've said I want people to be their own bank. I think people should be in charge of most of their value. But let's not kid ourselves, like people want insurance, people want custody stuff and like that. They ain't no insurance. You're going to ring an insurance company and say, yo, I'm my own bank, me, G. Or you're going to insure all my shit in my house. They're probably just going to be like, what you want about your own bank? You mean you've got a shitty little device with 10 mil on it and you want us to insure it? It's a weird one, isn't it? Like an XRP. Morning, New Zealand. So anyway, what's Ledger been up to? What the fuck have Ledger been up to? Let's open this Trezor one. 6 days ago, I need to get back on Twitter, mate, because I keep missing out on information, don't I? Clearly. And I'm all about bringing you the information. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to start looking at fucking Twitter again. Improving the ecosystem disclosure of the Trezor recovery phrase extraction vulnerability. Oh my days, they've got someone's what? A recovery phrase extraction vulnerability. So this is written by Ledger. So if I'm our, ours, theirs is Trezor, ours is Ledger. I'm reading it as Ledger have written it. So our security experts are consistently, it means Ledger. It's on the actual Ledger website as well. Again, get yourself on the Twitter. I mean, while I talk, just have a little scan of the Twitter. You're fucking hacking everyone, mate. Like, our device is better than yours. It's not like our device is better than yours kind of thing. It kind of is. Our device is better than yours. We've been able to hack you, blah, blah. But it's more like shared community. Look, Trezor, you've got a little bit of a thingy there. We're going to have to let all your community know. Sort it out, mate. No, want it safe. So our experts are consistently working on improving the security of the crypto world. Whilst we mostly focus on improving our own product security, we also attempt to enhance the security standards of any crypto service provider. Our shared responsibility. In the cryptocurrency world, the last thing we want is to see people losing their value assets due to hacks. Whenever a large hack such as the one on MT Gox happens, it has a huge impact on the entire cryptocurrency market, from crisis crashing to trust and reputation being severely damaged. As such, we all have to play our part in the securing the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem. At Ledger, we have assembled a team of world-class security experts called the Ledger Donjon. They're sick, mate. That's what they are, mate. Their primary objective is to keep trying to break into our own devices and find vulnerabilities and improve our hardware wallet security. A second objective is to also take a look into the security of other cryptocurrency service providers, since vulnerability in major crypto company can in the end affect us all. So basically, these guys, they're not only are they trying to attack their own devices constantly, they're trying to attack other people's to find vulnerabilities in other people's. What is my opinion on SIA teaming up with Ripple and the European Union? That was legitimately my opinion, mate. Give a shit. They're partnered with fucking World Bank, the Federal Reserve, FedNow, Bank of China, IBM, the World Wide Web Consortium, Hyperledger. Give a fuck. It's just one moment. I do. Not like I don't care. It's not that I don't care. I do care, because more partnerships, the better, mate. But when you've looked at the 400 and odd partnerships on the W3C, what's another one, mate? What's another one? Again, I'm not even batted an eyelid enough to know, mate. I ain't gonna lie to you here now. Remind me in about 45 minutes if you're still on, and I will have a look at it. But I want to get through this because I want to know the vulnerability in Trezor, and I want people out there to know the vulnerability in Trezor, because Trezor and Ledger are the two most well-known hardware devices, cold storage devices, and I think people think Trezor are as safe as Ledger. They're clearly not. So I want to get through this first. So the vulnerability. When taking a look at Trezor hardware wallets, the Donjon team found a physical vulnerability. The good news is that it doesn't concern one which can be remotely executed. Someone would need to physically access your device. That's good. But again, careful in the cafes, on your public networks. So the bad news is that if someone got hold of your device, they can access your recovery phrase through it in a matter of a few minutes. Why is the device holding the recovery phrase just there? Obviously, ledgers don't do that because it can't be hacked the same way, but in a few minutes, they're getting the recovery phrase out of the device. Now, this is where we shoot ourselves in the foot, not actually looking at the servers and how the recovery phrases is stored. Where's it stored? Who's got access to it? Where's it stored? So when I buy a new ledger and I tap in my restore phrase, that ledger knows that the restore phrase is right and taps into the wallet it's supposed to be. It's interesting. XRP bags. Oh. Do you see yourself moving with crypto to a crypto wallet with your bank in the future, or will you continue to use cold wallets? What if the bank offered insurance to a set amount like deposits? I want to get out of banks completely, to be honest, Oliver. They're ruining the fucking planet. They run the world. The paedophiles. They're horrible people. We can talk all day about bankers, mate. I want out of the banks. I'm going to keep a bank account just in case someone turns around and says, oh, you can't get this job without a bank account. We're not going to paint a Wirex. I give them my Wirex sort code and account number and all that. Xumm app, if it gets a banking license, will start introducing sort codes, account numbers. It will seem like its own banking app, but there's no bank above it. It's you. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them, innit? It's... The banks are almost definitely gonna end up insurers, aren't they, and custodians. We'll have to see. Bearish on XRP. Not even ledgers are safe. I hear what you're saying, bro. I hear what you're saying. But show me a link. Share me a link of someone who's hacked one and officially, legitimately hacked one, not the rumor that's going out at the moment that seems to be a lie. Interesting. There's actually a video on here. But I'll give it a little click. See how long it is. It's only a couple of minutes. We'll play it. So the bad news, if someone got hold of your device, they can access your recovery phrase in a matter of minutes. The materials necessary to perform this attack only cost a rough $100. It works 100% of the time, and the vulnerability appears to be completely unfixable. Damn. It doesn't only concern Trezor hardware. Wallet devices designed in a similar fashion, e.g. KeepKey, are equally impacted. You can see how quickly this can be exploited in the video below. Ooh. What? No. No. So that reaction is basically because the video is a 30-second video, which basically means the hack. The hack takes less than 30 seconds. Are you shitting me? Sorry about glare. Sorry about bullshit. If you can go and view it yourself, please go and have a look. Play model. Play, bitch. Don't ask me what they're doing. I don't know. We're going to have a little read in a minute, though. And we're just going to have a look, though. But it's going to... Trezor, KeepKey. Trezor one, you know, so he's got his name. I can't really read it backwards. It's backwards on my screen. Is that legitimately his little hacking tool? His Don John hacking tool. Yes, Craig. Basically, 30 seconds to hack it. Did you see Crypto where the SBI invested in FX coin? What you think? If Crypto Era, as I've spoken about, let me go back up there. Is that who you see? Or you didn't mean SBI, did you, Ryan? Did you typo them? Did you mean the same thing as Oliver? Do you know what, mate? I've not been consuming a lot of crypto lately. I'm slacking. Crypto Era, SBI investing in FX coin. What do I think? I think if you wear Ripple, Spring, SBI, R3, anyone like that, the W3C, fucking even IBM, mate, or anyone linked to Hyperledger strongly, Linux, it could come out like Linux supports this. I'd be like, ooh. And everyone else like, what are you getting so excited for? It's like, well, Linux Foundation's Hyperledger, mate. Linux Foundation's all about open source shit. The damn right it's going to make me excited. I said to Ryan before, there's one more partnership. SBI invested in this coin. What do I think about it? I think you should go and buy 20 quid of them if you've got a spare 20 quid, but only if you'd also rip the 20 quid up. That's what I think about it. If you've got 20 quid in your house now that you'd happily rip up and throw in the bin, go and spend it on that coin. If not, then wait. Morning, Craig. 2FA everything. He was just hacked a couple of days ago due to a SIM swap. Never thought it could be me. Thank God most assets are on Ledger. Well done. Well done, Ranger Cod 175, mate. Keep it most of it on the Ledger. That's how we roll. That's how we keep the assets safe. Spread it about, guys. Don't just keep it on one ledger. You know, you all know we've got three. Although I've got three ledgers, a self key, two LE pals, a safe pal. Do you know what I mean? Like, we ain't playing games on just one ledger around here. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously. Anyway, right, so what was that attack then? Because we didn't really get much off that video, did we? Since the attack can so quickly, efficiently, and consistently be executed at very low cost, we have decided not to openly show how the exact extraction of the recovery phrases work. Jesus Christ, and he can't even show us how he proper did it because it's that easy and cheap to fucking do. Wow. This is something to bear in mind if you've got a Trezor, guys. Like I say, Trezor in the industry, in the space, on Twitter, the crypto sphere, if you like. Trezor is there with Ledger. You ask people what hardware wallet you use, most of them are going to say Ledger or Trezor. Some will say Elipal, some will say Selfkey, some will say the other ones. But the majority are going to say Ledger or Trezor. Be careful. Excuse me. But you spent a fucking $1 on a device. What? You're just going to take it back. Do you know what I mean? So what's the workaround? What if you are an owner of a Trezor now and you're thinking, fuck, Scott, what the fuck am I going to do? I bought a Trezor instead of a Ledger. What am I going to do, Scott? Well, firstly, start saving for the Ledger, so you've got to back up to Trezor, and then you start moving over to the Ledger or keep it a little bit split. But secondly, the workaround, boom. If you currently own a Trezor hard wallet, all hope is not lost. Firstly, someone does actually need to be able to get your hands on your Trezor device. Keeping it as safe and as hidden as your recovery phrase would be one option. There's nothing been mentioned about a Wi-Fi network yet, so just be wary of that. I'm not sure if they actually need your device or if they need your device just connected to the same Wi-Fi network they're on. Again, it's that easy and cheap. They can't even show us how they did it. But there's another workaround to still keep your cryptocurrencies secure as well. Similar to Ledger devices, a Trezor hardware wallet can be set up with a passphrase. This is an extra word of your recovery phrase to make sure it'd be nearly impossible to brute force your passphrase. It's strongly recommended to add a lengthy referral first. Right, so, well, why? Hang on a minute. Why is it nearly impossible to brute force one more fucking word? But you could get 24 words like that, bruh. Boom. 24 words. Ah, yeah, but that one passphrase, that's really fucking hard to get that one. What? What? I'll tell you what, I'll just buy a Ledger, mate. I'm sorry if you got a Trezor. I'm trying not to shit on it. I'm fucking trying to help you out and give you another option. And you know someone's got to get their hands on it and all that shit. But I would not feel very, very comfortable if the fact that my cold storage hard device can be hacked so fucking easily that all they can show is 30 seconds of it's being done something like this. Show any more and nearly everyone's going to be able to do it. While the passphrase solution is indeed a good solution to keep your crypto secure, it does mean you'll need to enter it into your Trezor 1 or Trezor Model T every single time you want to use it. For the Model T, it's a minor inconvenience as you can securely enter it directly on the device itself. There is a matter of concern for the Trezor 1, however. To use your passphrase, you'll need to enter it through Trezor's web wallet on your computer. If your computer is compromised, your Trezor 1 passphrase will likely be as well. So again, if your computer's compromised, well, what do you mean there? So if I'm in a cafe on a public Wi-Fi, is my computer compromised? Is my laptop compromised? Is my device compromised? Which means my wallet's compromised, which means my value's compromised. The story, James, is Ledger are pulling everyone's pants down and getting a ruler out, mate. That's the best way to put it. There's no other way to put it. Everyone's in the fucking playground and all measuring dicks. And to see who's got the safest boxes, mate. Ledgers seem to be padlocked, done, dusted. You ain't getting in them boxes, bro. You ain't pulling them pants down. Whereas Ledger have just pulled everyone else's pants down, showing them how shit the device are, really. Tom Vase sucks. Hey. Dino Baggio, Roberto Baggio. Oh, Dino Baggio. Oh, Dino Baggio. I did up as you. I got a footy fan coming out here. Can we discuss exit strategy? What's your thoughts, Scott? But I actually touched on exit strategy the other week. Let me cover it again quickly because it is specific to each person. It is going to change with each person, and no one's going to be able to tell you what it is. No one can tell you how much XRP you need or what price XRP needs to get to before you can sell what you've got. Because one, they don't know how many you've got, and two, they don't know what life you want to live. I just pulled 5 fucking things out of my ass the other day, and it was kind of a good one. And I wish I'd have gone back on to see what I actually said in the right order, because I'm probably not going to say the same now, but I'm going to try and pull the same fucking things out. Yeah. First off, who are you? Who are you? Who are you without work? Who are you without money stress? If I got rid of all your bills right now and give you £1 million, who would you go and be? Who do you want to be? Find that fucking person. Number 2, what road does that life and that person take you down? What life does that lead you leading? Whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. What kind of life does that lead to, that person you want to be? Number 3, how much does that life cost? How much is that life going to comfortably cost? For you, your wife, your kids, and to leave a little legacy for the bambinos when the kids have kids. How much is that going to cost? What needs to be in the bank for that? And then, how much XRP have you got? What price does XRP need to be to hit that life? And then if you can get more XRP, you bring the price XRP needs to be down. No one can answer them questions for you, mate. No one knows who you are. No one knows who you want to be. No one knows what you're gonna do. If I give you $1 million now, what are you gonna go and do? Who are you gonna go and be? These are the questions we all need to start asking about. You want to start asking, talking about exit strategy. You need to have your path set out, mate. You really, really do need to have your path set out. XRP is the worst investment you've made in the last year. I bet it's not. I bet it's not. Guaranteed it's not, mate. If you bought alcohol, it's not. I guarantee if you bought any alcohol, that was the worst investment you made in the last year, mate, buying fucking alcohol. I'll tell you that for free. But they put you on the fence, haven't they, mate? This is what they want now, David Parker. When you're sat there feeling like it's the worst investment you've ever made just because it's not reached the price that you was told or expected it to reach, you're now backing towards the fence again, getting ready to sell, thinking like you want to just get out of it and can't be arsed anymore, because that's what they want you to think, mate. And ideally, they want you to think it before next summer. They've already got a load of people out. Well said, Ollie. Rome won't built in a day, and the new Rome is gonna be big. Ooh! Spanish Cobra. Fucking love you, mate. Tone Base is my financial advisor. Thanks for the donation, mate. I really appreciate that. But the comment was fucking gold. That comment's gold. Check what, Craig? What you saying, mate? You've just check that out, Scott. Scott, do you think we'll ever see 1K per XRP 10 to 15 years? Mate, you not seen my 24K XRP video? You think we can reach 1K in 15 years, mate? Try 24K. It's 24K market cap is then the 1.2 quadrillion needed for total value of the planet. It's not going to reach 24K, but like, it's probably not. Let's not say it's not, because I don't want to look a dick in 24. I want to look like one of the guys who said, yeah, of course it can make 10K. Of course it can make 10K. Guys, it comes probability. Can XRP be worth $1 million each? Of course it fucking can. Of course it fucking can. There's no question. Of course it fucking can. Can it? Yeah, it can. Will it? Oh, don't know. Other people can't like fucking differentiate possibility from probability. It's fucking beyond me. But yeah, of course it can. Million per XRP. Will it? Not before Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin's going to end up getting to 1 million while XRP's at your 1 to 10k. Do you know what I mean? So, don't have hardware ledger. I have reserves on Bittrex, Coinbase, Uphold, and Toast. I have 2 devices, but they're separate from each other on passphrase memorized and passkeys hidden. So you reckon you're okay? I do, Peter. I do, mate. I also think if you was just on Bittrex, Coinbase, and Uphold, you'd probably be okay. If any of them was hacked, it's highly likely they're going to pay out, mate. I'd be extremely surprised if none of them 3 paid out. And I fucking love Uphold, mate. So, Uphold fam. Whoop, whoop. Oh, mate, no. I try not to say and do LFC, mate. I'm a United fan, mate. You're fucking crazy, LFC. I'm taking LFC off Liverpool, mate. Wait till 2050. No fucking Liverpool Football Club. Who the fuck are they? You mean love for crypto, mate? You mean love for crypto company? That crazy bastard from Jordan starting. Can't see the link. Oh, what link, mate? I didn't drop a link. Fuck's sake! I've not done a link in the description, have I? I'm slacking on these lives, mate. Do you know we've only read through one? We've only fucking been through one. This is what's mad about today, mate, and why I wanted you to go to the Twitter yourself, because I knew that I'm never going to cover them all. But let's get to this one. Do you know they're not playing games, man. Improving the ecosystem, disclosing Cold Card Mark II pin vulnerability. Cold card. So if you got a cold card, Ledger's like, pants down, mate. Pants down, mate. Pants down, mate. You thought your devices were safe. Pants down. Our shared responsibility. So they're going on about exactly the same start to the treasure one, and then it's gone the vulnerability. So the Cold Card Mark II has a physical vulnerability that can be used to obtain the device's PIN code. While indeed someone would first need to be able to get hold of your Cold Card Mark II, it does mean your crypto assets are vulnerable if someone manages to take your device. I tell you what, a safe's looking better now, innit, bro? Everyone's like, I don't need a safe. I'm just going to fucking rob the ledger. I don't need to get in it. I'm not going to be able to get in it. Again, it's kind of ledger as far as I'm aware, but with some of the other ones, safe it. The good news is that the type of attack does require highly specialized equipment worth over 200 grand. Well, that's nice to know. That's nice to know. So, yeah, so this one, the Cold Card Mark II vulnerability, actually cost you 200 grand to get into it, unlike the Trezor one that they couldn't even fucking show us because it's like, where's Wally? They'd have been able to fucking do it. You also need expert knowledge. This is thanks to Cold Card making use of a secure microchip, a secure memory chip, rather than a generic MCU chip. Indeed, the type of chip used for your hardware wallet makes huge difference to its security. The bad news is that if someone does have this equipment and expertise, and they will be able to extract your device's PIN code if they have your device. This means that an attacker could steal the Bitcoins you manage through your device if they've managed to get physical access. There are thousands of people owning a Cold Card Mark II. This would quite impactful. Ooh. The details, what do you do if you actually do own one? What? Yeah, get on Ledger, guys. The vulnerability found by the Ledger Dojon on the ATIBIR surpasses its cryptocurrency application through Cold Card devices. The secure memory chip is used in other important tools, for example, Amazon Web Services, IoT kits using the same chip. Oh, no. Ew. It's been used in other IT services as well. The vulnerability uncovered by Ledger Dojon is currently not applicable to those applications, but as we demonstrate, mate, you better sort that shit before Amazon starts making payments, mate. Watch your Alexas and stuff like that when it starts coming on. We're going to make payments for your, giving your Ledger access to your wallet. Do you know what I mean? Like when Beatsbin says about Xumm, you'll only have to give permission once to another app to access the wallet. You give it your private key, your secret key once. Interesting. The workaround, first and foremost, it must be stressed that the vulnerability applies to Cold Card Mark II model and Cold Card Mark III devices are not impacted by this. They use the newer chips instead. So I'm guessing all the other Amazon and that will go on to that as well. Secondly, much like the Keep Key and Trezor vulnerabilities, a strong passphrase is the answer. I don't get that passphrase of 37 characters or more is recommended. I'll have to message Mateo or something and get him on the fucking phone and get an email because I want to know where this passphrase is being stored. If the passphrase is if your recovery phrase and secret key is stored somewhere on a server cryptographically encrypted, but they can be a piece of piss to get, what makes this passphrase so difficult to get? How's that cryptographically encrypted compared to the others? Some article on Daily Order allows XRP holders to become their own bank. Yeah, I fucking didn't put the link, did I? What a dickhead. I don't even think I can do it on the phone now. I'm on a different kind of thing. Right, let me honestly, it's not hard to find Ripple stories, Chris. I'll get you on it straight away. Just Google that, mate. XRP Ripple. Click the news tab. It's the top one. It really isn't that hard. When you just go XRP Ripple in Google and whack and hit the news tab, you will legitimately get, like, if it's not within 10 hours, it will be the last few days of Ripple's information. If you can't find something that's come out on there, check Ripple's Insight on their own website. Apologies for not putting the link in the description. Schoolboy error that. Asset swap, Ollie. Asset swap. Oliver. Right? I know it's hard to believe like that. It's not hard to believe. It's hard to see it. They're still going to know you're being paid. It'll go more like America where you have to do your tax return, and if you don't, you're going to get fined to fuck. You will be audited. It is going to be transparent. And asset swaps, anyone who knows how, do you honestly think like 70 odd % of people, mate, are just going to sell it for cash and start buying something because they can't wait till 2025, mate. Where's your act to swap it for an house, Ollie? You can even sell a house for XRP. Go and sell your house for XRP then, mate. I bet you can. So, you will, don't get me wrong, I bet you can. I bet you struggle. Who's going to want to sacrifice a couple of 100,000 fucking XRP or however many you want? You know what I mean? Like, how much is your house worth? Your house worth 200k. It's all right for you XRP at the moment. Who's going to swap them for the gaff at the moment? No fucker. Maybe David Schwartz or Jed McCaleb. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea fan James. I don't even really care about footy anymore, and I'm glad I don't. Don't get me wrong, Oliver. I'm not trying to drift you away from it. You are right. But they're going to end up knowing. You will have to declare. You'll have to declare your address. Get your ledger address. You got a ledger nano. Write the address down and go and put it in Etherscan. And then imagine you're a tax man looking at that. And then you see all Oliver's fucking transactions in and out of his ledger. It doesn't say Oliver Mead anywhere, but once you've declared that fucking address to the tax man and said, that's my address, that's where I'm paid into, it's where all my ILP pointers point there, all my Uphold sends it there, my Binance account sends it there every month. Every account I've got from Wirex, Binance, Coinbase, Uphold, BAT, Brave account, this account, Coil, ILP, all pointing at that ledger. That's all my revenue, Mr. Taxman. And then the taxman knows it's Oliver's wallet. It doesn't say Oliver on Etherscan, but because you've declared it as your wallet, he then knows. There's no hiding in the future, mate. But like I say, as long as Boris is on it, As long as I can get Boris's address and fucking go and find Boris's wallet, I don't really give a shit. And also, don't forget the 70 people who don't realise already that an asset swap is tax-free capital gains, mate. Go and ask your mate. Go and ask your mate. And say, yeah, bro, do you know if you sell your house for like 200 grand and you only bought it for 150, you get tax on the profits you made. Whereas if you just swap it for another house that's worth more, you don't get tax until you sell the new house. Until you've got capital in your hands, you've made no capital gain. There's no capital gain tax. Income tax is income, bro. That's fucking wages. Move that. We're talking about wages. We're talking about capital gains tax, where you've actually gained capital. A property isn't capital. It's property. It's value in property. It's not capital. It's not liquid yet. Now, when we get global liquidity and on-demand liquidity, it gets a little... And your house is liquid. Your car can be sold in 10 fucking seconds. You don't have to put it on Gumtree for 6 weeks. It's interesting, all that. But don't make no mistake. There's people who heard about crypto who are not even going to make any money off it. So there's people who are in crypto who are not gonna exit as well as they could. So there's no way Gov allow us to transact without paying our due. To see a way of crypto tax being applied, of course it can. Do you know, right? Oliver, I know you're only young, mate. I fucking love you a bit. I appreciate you more than anything, right? But that first fucking sentence there, will you do me a favour, mate, and just change that in your head? Change that in your head. There is no way the government allow us, or me, you. Who the fuck do they think they are? Don't own us, mate. We're not their prop. We're talking about property. Talking like we're their property. No, mate. What you should be, the mentality is, what are we going to let them do? What the fuck are we going to let them do? Eh? When we start teaching the fucking world that we can get democracy through consensus on your mobile phone and all them motherfuckers down there, where's your expenses going? Track their expenses. How's he a millionaire when he's only on fucking 60k a year? How are they made 60 grand a year and are becoming millionaires? How? Explain that to me, please. So no, it doesn't matter. Forget our fucking tax, mate. They're going to start getting audited. Want it transparent on them as much as it is us. Make no mistake, we can queue up outside Buckingham Palace in the Houses of Parliament in 5 to 10 years if it's not happened and say, what the fuck's going on? We're going to bring the house down in a minute, mate. This is our fucking country. Never forget that. Do not forget, it's our fucking world, not theirs. They're just tricking people into think they need to be ruled. How scared half the planet, isn't it? Oh, I need to be ruled. I need to be ruled. I need someone to take care of me. Get fucked. I didn't see Stephen Colbert talking about XRP. What HMRC is saying at present, just capital gains tax. Well, no, it's 20% on income tax, I think. I think it does actually drop if it's a long-term investment. So if you've held it over 12 months and then you sell for cash, the income tax will vary depending on how long you held the asset for. Again, with capital gains tax, I believe it's the same, but it is all just guidelines at the moment. Yeah. See, the way I say, Craig and Oliver, the way I've been saying it is all you have to do is just 20% it in your head. So if you want to buy an 800 grand house cash, you've got to take $1 million out. You need to pull $1 million out and you've got to have 200k on the side. If a taxman comes to you and you're like, look, you weren't $1 million then, bro. You weren't $1 million. Let's not argue tax brackets, because I think we all know once you earn a certain amount, it's over 20%. I'm using 20% as an example to say that you weren't $1 million. You're going to have 20% in your head as the example. You're going to have needed $1 million just to spend 800k, so you've got the 200k tax. In hindsight, it's going to be a hell of a lot more. In the UK, it's 20% to 50k, I think, and then 45% above 50k. So if you actually earn 150k, you'd be taxed fucking 10. Yeah, you'd be taxed fucking 10k on 50k of it and 45k on the other 100. You'd only come out with like 70, 80k. You earn fucking 150. It's something to look at. Morning Rising Green. Love you, bro. It's good to see you, mate. Is trusted staking for loans a way to go to avoid tax? If your family member's dying, Peter, do you want the hospital to save them, mate? Do you want the ambulance to come, bro? Because there's no stop paying tax if you still want all that shit. We need to. This is what I'm trying to say to Oliver now. Do you think they'll let us do this? Do you think they'll let us do that? Well, they're supposed to be writing laws for us, so we tell them what to fucking do. Or that's how it's supposed to be. We need to remove inheritance tax. We need to remove all the stupid fucking tax. We need to re-regulate the way we are taxed and governed and ruled, and it needs to fucking change. Now, it could be a way to avoid paying tax. What I'm basically trying to say is we shouldn't be trying to avoid paying certain taxes. Certain taxes clearly need to be paid. But the ones that line the politicians' pockets don't need to be paid. The taxes that put petrol in the ambulance, put petrol in and water in the fire engine. Yeah, the taxes that are supposed to fix the roads, the potholes and all that shit. The taxes that pay for the doctors, the nurses, everything else, the childcare, the God knows what. Get homeless off the street. Stop making people on 50, 60, 70k a year millionaires, because it shouldn't be possible. I know people on site, like 40, 50k, they don't become millionaires because they can't rinse the expenses the way a politician can. It's a funny one, and there's many perspectives to take this from. What do you mean using XRP as capital? You're not using XRP as capital. You are, but you're not. You're using, like, if you swap a fucking motorbike for a little car, if you use the motorbike as capital, that's an interesting one. Now watch Ozark on Netflix. Will teach you how to launder. Do you know it's? I said to my mum the other day, I said, I bet the only reason that they've allowed that show to go out at the time it's going out is because that kind of laundering is going to be impossible in 5 years. In 3 to 5 years, bro, what he's doing in Ozark with that cash, it's going to be impossible. Track, trace wallets, they'll just find his wallet, like I say, on EtherScan. You will have to declare your wallets, especially Americans at first when you're doing your tax return. You're going to be doing, this is my tax return, and that's my main crypto wallet, and everything, all the payment pointers going to that one. It's, you're not taxed on the loan. You only get taxed when you realise the value of the asset. As long as the asset is locked up, it's safe. As its value is not realised, it can't be. Morning, Liza. Great to see you. I hope you're well, and I hope you woke up happy. I hope we can cheer you up if you're not already happy. Not if you do a company loan to a rented property. Elaborate, Scott, please. If you do a company loan to a rented property. Consensus voting, Steve, mate. Democracy through consensus. Capital gains tax swapping an house. I'm fucking live with my mum, mate. I never swapped an house. I'm asking, do you get capital gains tax when you swap an house? I don't fucking know. Capital gains tax when no, see, it wants to say when selling a house. We're not selling a house, we're swapping. When asset Swapping. Oh, come on. I can't even fucking... Swap shop. Exchange interest in land for the purpose of CGT. If you make a gift of an asset, or if you sell it at less than its market value, you are taxed as if you received the market value for it. This does not apply to gifts between spouses or civil partners, but does apply in nearly all other cases. I wonder if your company can give you the gift then. Tax insider. Can you carry forward capital gains allowance? Make use of capital gains tax allowance. If unused, the allowance cannot be carried forward into the next tax year. It's also advisable. Yeah. Wait at least 1 year before selling a property. Leverage the IRS primary residence exclusion. Sell your property when your income is low. Take advantage of the exchange rates. Record improvement. They don't want to give you the answer, did it, bro? They don't want to give you the answer, mate. They're like, oh, I don't really want to tell you, because if I tell you, I'm going to educate you about the loopholes of the system. And I don't want to educate you to the loopholes of the system. We want you to remain stupid, because only the smart get richer and the stupid stay poor. We don't want you to get smart. Swapping. An example of swapping a type of property transaction is where two or more persons own two or more properties jointly in the swap ownership, such as that owns one property. So basically, just swapping the ownership of one house to the ownership of another house between two people. But one house could be 500k, one house could be 250k. The person in a big 500k house could have 7 bedrooms and just lost 6 family members who just died in a car crash. God rest his soul. They all just died in a car crash and they're desperate to just get in a little bungalow on their own and fucking curl up in a ball. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're fucking, why are they going to sell £1 million house? You never know. They just might. The guy in the 250 one, he's about to have triplets and needs a bigger fucking gaff. Do you know what I mean? And they're happily going to swap together because they found each other online and the smart contract's written and it's ready to go. It's an asset swap. The guy's made £250,000 in value, but he's not made it in capital gains until he sells the £500,000 house and actually gets the capital in his hand. These are the loopholes that your solicitors and financial advisors and your accountants and all that of the big corporations will stand in court saying. Jeff Bezos, and they're like, you got 11 billion profit, mate. Why are you not paying tax? And Jeff Bezos is like, well, because I spent 11 billion globally on my offices, kitting them up and shit. Got to see some of the bookshelves, bro. They're fucking epic. And some of the light fittings. Got light fittings costing 10k. You know what I mean? We're all on pen. Got fucking light up there. Costs about £4 from fucking B&Q. My guy's over there buying 10k fucking light fittings for his offices. No wonder he's got no tax bill. The genius. It's crazy. SW! Forrest Gump wave. Lieutenant Dan. Morning. Great to see you. I hope you're well. I hope the family and that's doing well. Health and happiness to you and yours. I am like well behind the comments again, hear me. I slack on comments, me guys. I'm sorry. So if laundering will be massively reduced, do you see drug dealing gone? Drug dealing's going dark web, mate. The only way dark web and privacy coins. Drug dealers are going to dark web and privacy coins. The only thing is when you declare your official I work and paid into this wallet to the IRS or the tax man, whoever you're going to declare it to. What if you're going into Monero and privacy coins and you've got value just popping up from nowhere and that? You're going to start getting questioned during any audits. This is the main regulation bit of it, innit? It's like the insurance, the custodian. Right, so it's complex. You can receive a gift from Scott, from a family member or friend, as long as that person doesn't die within 7 years. Otherwise, you need to pay. We're getting rid of this inheritance tax. We're getting fucking rid of it. It knocks me sick. It knocks me fucking sick. You know, when we sit back and we say, I want to leave my family this, I want to build something to leave for my family. What's the fucking point when you're taking half of it off him? Horrible robbing bastards. And people sitting back thinking like, well, I wondered how someone on such a low wage ends up a millionaire. Yeah, I wondered as well. Horrible. It's evil, that. It's borderline evil, mate. Someone's just lost a mum or the dad or something, and you're taking after inheritance off him. That is borderline evil. What? No, that needs to. That's gone. Vote Scott 2030. It's fucking happening, mate. I'm telling you. If you don't sort it out in the next 10 years, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make sure we get some money who can do something. There are many avenues to move assets, but I can't stress enough how important it is to pre-plan things. Well done, SW. Great insight. Great insight. Give it a follow on Twitter, guys. I've actually got great insights, and she's a good person, basically. She did sponsor DLT Manchester. Wanted to get a stage and all that set up there. She contributed, so much appreciated member of our community. I fucking love you. Get an extra loan on property. What interests me is competitions like on GMTV, 250 grand, and they say tax free. How? Because it's a winning, innit? It's bullshit, mate. And you know what knocks me sick about them competitions is everyone thinks they're 250 grand or they're giving 10 grand away. That's a lot. It's like, what? It was £1.50 per phone call. About 2 million people just rang in. 2 million phone calls, just 2 million people just text C to ITV at £1.50 per message, mate. And they give 10k away out of 1.5 mil. Again, disgusting. It is disgusting. It's disgusting. The amount of money, the amount of money they was taking off them text messages. Oh, we see that. And next thing, they give you 10k away. You're like, oh, they're a big, 10k life-changing money. I tell you what, we'll throw in a mini as well while we're at it. A mini? Get the Bentley out, mate. You just earned 2 mil off text messages. Get the flaming Bentley out. I'm good, thanks. Yeah, the family's well. Saw the nephew the other day, so it was good. It's good to always good to see him. Inheritance tax really is the worst kind. You can plan through family trust, which is possible on a 50 million estate. Nice. SW, what if you gifted the family stuff, like you're saying, not gifted. So say like the company, if I end up building a nice little decent company off just nothing but online attention and that, and we end up with assets and little empire and that, is it worth just signing family members and friends in as directors and shareholders or what? Like, so they've got direct ownership within. I know personal, it gets a little bit different when it's personal property. But regarding anyone starting a business or anything like that, surely you just want to bring your family member in as a director, wouldn't you? So when you die, they're just the next director and shareholder in line. Yeah, I'll DM you on Twitter in a bit. Yeah, I'm going to start baking in a minute. That sun's panning round, man. It gets warm in here, once that sun comes out, and that is a blue sky. Look how beautiful that is out there today. Absolutely beautiful, mate. Yeah, but corporate tax is slightly less than income tax, mate. Corporation tax. Slightly less. Now, don't get me wrong, limited companies and all that can fuck you over. But they can also provide a little security if it all goes bump. The company's actually liable. You have to do it all by the book, don't get me wrong, so don't start accusing me of getting ready to exit scam, motherfuckers. But yeah, if there was no benefit to limited companies in any way, shape or form, they wouldn't exist. They wouldn't, corporations would not have grown so big, so powerful, and would not still exist if corporation tax didn't have more loopholes than income tax and capital gain tax and all the rest of it. It's about finding the loopholes and getting and doing it legally as well. Like I say, we don't want to shy away and walk away from all tax here, guys. We need, some tax needs paying, roads need fixing, ambulances need petrol, fire engines need water. There's money that needs to be put into the system, clearly. It's just that when you look at stuff like inheritance tax and this tax and that tax, and everyone's driving around in a Jag when they're on 30 to 60k a year, nah, mate, something's got to change. And the democracy through consensus is the only thing that's going to push it, I think. You need a video on the best way to exit crypto. I'll do one of them, We'll just have a chat about it tomorrow. We'll do the full tomorrow's video on people's exit strategies, and you share yours with me and I'll share mine with you, because So my situation, I'll share a little bit of my situation for you. Is I started off buying personal crypto, got it to a certain amount, decided that I also wanted to have a company, online media agency and company, just doing video production at first, exactly what I'm fucking doing now, video content, and try and make some revenue off ads through that. Would also then off the ad money buy some assets for the company to build a little bit of an empire and a legacy. Over time, the company's assets grew, and the company got a little bit bigger and started making some money, while I sadly went in a little bit of debt and had to sell some of my own assets. So while my own assets, personal assets, are not quite as high as I'd like them to be, I'm building something I'm extremely proud of and should in future take care of me, because I'm passionate about what I do when it comes to making videos and sharing content and online conversations. How interesting can an online conversation be with some random guy on the other side of the world? I love it. I love it, mate. But we need to be the ones that push. Due to transparency, I'll never get to create shell companies and work the system like a true king. Alan, solar power, renewable energy, clean energy, they're the next shell companies, mate. Tesla is the next shell. You know what I'm saying? Does the Grand Plan IOV rely on tax being paid? Could the entire new money system work without tax or a much lower rate? Monetary systems can work without tax. The planet Earth can fucking work without tax, mate. But the minute you need to ring something, like an ambulance or a fire engine, or someone who considers that a job, a career, that needs funding. So who's funding it? Do you know what I mean? It's... Right, monthly subscriptions. Why do we pay monthly subscriptions? Why do you pay monthly insurance, monthly mortgage, monthly and all that? Do you know why? Do you actually know? Does any people in the thing actually know? And if you don't, sound off. Don't be ashamed of not knowing. Never miss an opportunity to make yourself more intelligent. Companies start small. And when companies start small, you can pay people weekly. Right? You have a payroll is small enough to manage the pay weekly. Once your company grows to several hundred or thousand employees, you can't process that payroll weekly. It's impossible. You'd have to pay too many people simply to process the payments. It costs too much. So what they start doing is 2 weeks to a month in hand. You get the guy in, you're going to have to do 2 weeks to a month in hand, mate, and they get a backlog, a payroll, it's backlog, a month. And it goes like that then to the pay monthly. So because we came up with a pay system like that and payroll began to work like that, all subscriptions and payment services went to monthly. It made sense. People's wages were coming in monthly, charge of bills monthly, subscription services monthly. With the likes of Coil, that's going to change the entertainment and content subscriptions like that within 3, 4, 5 years. It's going to make people realise that they don't need to pay for HBO Max, for Disney, for Netflix, for Amazon Prime, for Hulu, for all the rest of them, for Sky, Virgin, every minute of every day, every month. They don't need to be a monthly payment. They can pay for Hulu when they're on fucking Hulu through Coil. They can pay for Netflix while they're watching Netflix per second, just like Coil and Cinnamon do. Per second payments through ILP. We don't need to subscribe to content the way we do anymore, but the world doesn't realise it. Got to wait for the world to realise it. Now, again, what does that mean for... Let's forget self-driving cars. Let's imagine self-driving cars are not coming and I'm going to be driving my own car in 2035. Why is it paying road tax when it's on my drive? It's not on the road. Why is it paying full premium insurance when it's on my drive? It's not on the road. It's got less chance of accident. It should only be paying fire and theft, not accident insurance. Yet when I get in that car and drive it off my drive, I should be paying road tax because I've took it on the fucking road, so it pays road tax per second. Also, the insurance premium goes up because I'm actually fucking driving it. And then when I get on a private car park like Tesco, the insurance premium comes down because it's private property. I'm not on the road. Road tax. You drive into Tesco, you stop paying road tax because you're on Tesco's fucking private land. You're not on the council's road where the council pay to fix them, and they need that road tax money to fix the potholes. Certain tax, yeah, we need to pay it. This technology is allowing us to completely change the game when it comes to the way we subscribe and pay for things. And again, we just need to wait for the world, not only for them to build the capabilities and possibilities for it to happen, but we need to wait for the rest of the world to wake up and be like, yeah, fuck it, YouTube, Netflix, what? Why aren't I paying for you like this? Sky, why am I not paying for you when I'm on your... You don't pay for... Back in the day, you didn't pay like £100 a month for your phone, regardless of how much you use your phone, did you? You fucking picked up the phone, rang someone, and was charged per second, per minute of the phone call, and it still came through monthly. But it's going to go like that. It will go to charging people as they use stuff, as they're actually using it. Morning, Daniel. Good day, mate. A bit late to the party, but no danger. Yeah, it's better late than never, mate. Whoa, whoa, whoa. See, I've heard this in other countries and that, in America and that. My mum's having an heart attack, and I have to ring the fucking ambulance in Australia to pick my mum up and take her to the hospital. You're telling me that cost me $900? And how long have I got to pay it? I mean, do I have to pay it before they come? It's like a fucking taxi. It's just going to drive off if I've not got the money. If anyone wants to know where the elite are going with the IOV and IoT, they should go to the World Economic Forum, look at COVID-19 flow charts, street intelligence section, New World Order. There is no C19, bruh. Do you not remember the Matrix, mate? There is no spoon. There is no fucking spoon, mate. Let's get back to this $900 ambulance, mate. Give me the feedback on that. $900 to take a dying family member to hospital. Are you shitting me? MPG, what's that? Multiplayer games? Fucking love them. Fucking love multiplayer games, me. I don't know MPG, it's that multiplayer. I see MPG, I think multiplayer game, mate. Like, first person shooters and shit. Welfare recipients don't have to pay for ambulance. Luckily, if you've heard 2,000 bill for ambulance. People, like... I'm fucking honestly like, when's this money have to be paid for the ambulance, and what happens if somebody like, I'm what the fuck? Because that's got to stop paying for fucking ambulances. That money should just be in the pot. This is what, like, because you've not got NHSs and that in it. Australia got an NHS though. Got private health. Got national healthcare in Australia, surely. Otherwise, the Queen needs to sort that shit out. Let me go into this now. Man, what the fuck, mate? I'm in a little bit of try to process this. It's shocked me a little bit. What's a non-interventionalist government? What's that in layman's terms? Break it down for the ones that don't usually use that many syllables, mate. Interventionalist. Interventionalist. What? How'd you get so many syllables in a word? It ain't even that long, mate. What's that even mean? What does it all mean? What does it all mean? I just don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. Well, I've got it up here. I'm covered for all ambulance services. Unlimited ambulance cover for Australia. Did you know To call an ambulance can cost around $900 depending on your state and territory. Did you know that that's fucking ridiculous and should change as soon as fucking possible? Wow. You're actually allowed to drive to the hospital in the UK pissed up, you know. It's the one way you'll get away with drink driving. And anyone who wants to fight me on it, I was told it on a drink driving course after I'd been caught drink driving. So the only way, there's only one time it's ever okay to drink drive. It's to save a life. But you've got to do one thing before you commit to driving pissed. Driving that person who's dying to the hospital pissed up. You've got to knock on 5 doors in an attempt to get 5 people. 5 attempts to get someone else to drive you there. You haven't got a phone or someone else to ring an ambulance. And if you can, don't just keep knocking on fucking doors. Get in the car and take them there, bruh. Less regs for businesses, less taxes, less telling us how to behave. Communist society, innit? It's a communist society, that. Again, don't shoot me, Americans. I know you're scared of communism. I know it's shit. You're shit scared of communism. But there's 2 kinds of communism. There's communist state, which is what you're shit scared of. And there's a communist society, which is basically what most of the lefties want. They want socialism, yo. My wife says don't ever get an ambulance, just jump in a taxi. Hope don't have an heart attack when she's around. Yeah, just sit in a W, mate, against the wall. You'd probably be alright. I'll just post this up. Non-intervention. I can't even fucking say that. Give me another word I can say, mate. Come on, Steve. Come on, mate. Mate. He's less taxes, right? Anti-establishmentarianism. Anti-establishmentarianism. Mentarianism. Anti-establishment. Is that a real word, mate? Or are you fucking with me here? Anti-establishmentarianism. What are we doing? What are we doing when we I'll tell you what, mate. I only had to put anti and it just come up, anti-establishmentarianism. Oh my days. What is the meaning of anti-establishmentarianism? Anti-estab. I can't even count the fucking syllables on that one, mate. That's how fucked I am. Right, let's get back to some actual information. It's getting warm in here. They'll just end up charging a 20% flat tax on everything the supplier will. Do you know what they need to do? What, do you know? Someone work this out. For everyone in the world who's worth over 100 million, if all them just had all the money took off them, so they only had 100 million left, and no one on the planet was allowed more than 100 million, does anyone who's got below 100 million even have to pay tax? Do you even have to pay tax? Circular economy. Well, we just give them money and we'll just fucking go and spend it. And then the corporations pay the tax, give it back to the government, and government just give it us and we just go and spend it. We actually Amazon's 11 billion tax-free fucking profits. Are you taking a piss? That should go. Nah, mate, get that back in the system. So your corporation, global, you can keep $1 billion in your bank, but we want 10 billion going back in. Any one person, personal bank, no more than 100 mil. Jeff Bezos worth way too. I'd love to know what he's actually got in his bank, because you know that most of his 137 billions in Amazon shares, so it's not actual coinage. But what's the Ron Paul Liberty Report? I'm gonna have to Google that. Communist bastards taking all our money. Again, mate, we need a communist state. We need communist society. We just need a communist society. Like, we just do. I think we're coming to a point where we do. Ron Paul, Liberty Report. I've got it in my Google, mate. It's tabbed open, yo. Tabbed open to watch, mate. Level playing field, 20% for every government. No trade deals needed. No, exactly, mate. Exactly. It's the biggest word in the English language. Steve, I love you, mate. Love you. At least I could fucking say it, ish. There's no incentive to do well. There's no incentive to do what? 100 million not doing well, bro. Is 100 million in your personal bank and having a company worth $1 billion not doing well? Since when was that not doing well, mate? Since when did you have to have over 100 million and a company over $1 billion to be doing well? We need to flip the game to fucking happiness, mate. Is Jeff Bezos happy? Like, truly happy most of the time. True happiness doesn't mean you never get sad, guys. True happiness means that you get over the sadness relatively quick because you fucking love your life. Do you know what I mean? It's 12 syllables. Some word that. Try to fly with a Mars of only 100 million. Do you know? Have you not heard the price of the Mars trip, have you, mate? By 2035? Have you 150 grand to go to Mars, mate? With SpaceX? 150 grand. Do you know a 747 plane ticket would cost between 5 and 50 million if you was only using the plane once? Because you reuse the plane, it's only 300 quid. Now again, a rocket going to Mars probably going to cost about 5 billion. So one ticket probably is going to be about 200 million per ticket if you couldn't use the rocket again. But SpaceX's rockets are reusable. So the price comes down. Elon Musk has said he wants to make it affordable for anyone who's got a house of £150,000 value or $150,000 value to be able to sell up and move to Mars. That's what he's doing. Yeah, anarchy doesn't mean chaos. That's deliberate misconception. Anarchy simply means without rules, as in centralized rules of society intact. Sin Nomin, do you believe that the majority of humans would live in harmony and peace if we was to live in small self-governing villages? So all the little peaceful tribal people you heard about back in the past, and then the knobhead British fucking soldiers went there and started raping and pillaging everyone like absolute fucking knobs. Do you know what I don't know what made humans and made the people back in the day do that. And it wasn't just the British. Let's not act like it was only the British doing it. The Mongolians terrorized Chinese and all that, and Japanese and Chinese had enough fighting. And let's not act like the Africans never killed each other. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, the British were a bit naughty, mate. Going up Scotland and all that and doing what they did and forcing people to do what they did and going all over the world and doing what they did. Absolutely fucking disgusting. But if it wasn't for that kind of human, would the world still be living in harmony? Did the Egyptians still live in harmonic peace? Carl Lewis. Fast as fuck you, bro. Good jumper as well. Money don't create happiness, it just makes the shit more fucking bearable. Do you know what money does? Money doesn't buy happiness. It removes money, worries and stress and creates a path to possible happiness. It makes it easier. Do you know what I mean? It's like we're all trying to walk a path to happiness in bare feet, and every time we're standing on bottles and stones and shit, it's like getting bills. You know, you notice your bills, you notice the overdraft, you notice the fucking stones because the path you're walking is fucking hanging and you ain't got no shoes, bruh. If someone just came along and just went, oh, there's a pair of trainers with some nice thick fucking soles, keep you stable as fuck. You ain't gonna feel shit now. You just get on your way, mate. Do what you want to do. Like, all of a sudden, because your bank's got so much money in it, you got your soles on your feet. You can't feel the bills. You can't feel the debts. You can't. The debts are being paid and you don't even notice it. Your bills are being paid. You barely even notice it. Kids are buying 10 games a week on Fortnite and that, and you barely even notice it, mate. No, they can make $1 billion profit if they want, Peter. But they're fucking, if they sat on $1 billion profit, I don't give a fuck about expenses. They're giving some back to the community, mate. This is a communist society. Get fucked. And don't fucking do it. Don't do it. Tell you what, don't start your company. Don't start your company. Go home and sit on your ass and don't fucking do it, mate. Don't worry. Don't worry. We've got the robots to do it in the end. We'll let the robots do it in 10, 20 years, mate. No danger. If you don't want to do it, don't fucking do it. Go and sit at home on a living wage. Because go and sit at home on a living wage. Again, I can seem a little bit aggressive when I come across like that, but you know where I'm coming from. I'm being a skeptic, devil's advocate. What else? Oh, let's let them all carry on then, eh? What's the alternative, Peter? What's the alternative, mate? Just let them keep raping the system and raping me and you and fucking killing Madeleine McCann and eating her and shit. Because that's what these people are fucking doing. You know, we want to get some bit of deep talk here now. What's the alternative, mate? You're talking satanic fucking paedophiles who are fucking richer than most of us can even imagine, while there's people fucking starving. There's still people starving. That's okay, yeah. Oh, mate, you keep fucking pushing for that 100 million. You don't need 100 million. And that's just making a fucking excuse. How much does all the infrastructure cost to build and upkeep? Cost isn't profit, bro. Like, how much is your business worth, mate? Because you obviously know a lot about it. Cost isn't profit. Jeff Bezos, feel free to fucking fill your offices with 10k fucking light fittings, mate. But don't use that 10k light fitting as a way to put 10k in your own personal fucking bank. No. It needs to. It's a fine line, man. 5 million for the 2-year journey to stay in a small metal box with an oxygen tank and a few trays of microgreens. Oh yeah, nice. I'd do that, Risey. All day, mate. Because some people want to watch the world burn, the peaceful villages will get wiped out by the bad ones. You think? You honestly think, Oliver? Well, no, I think a few will, don't get me wrong. But this won't be no medieval time, mate. This will be 5G'd up, everyone watching. So when the bad gang come to fucking play and start raping all our wives and shit, and it goes live on fucking online, and the whole world watches, and then most of the planet's disgusted, I think the next towns are coming out. You know, I think you'll get a little bit of help. How many towns are they going to actually be able to do it to? How long till everyone's just cutting them off and not trading and transacting with them? If it's anything like the village I'm going to build, it'll be a smart, permissioned access, walled fucking community, mate. You ain't getting in it. You ain't getting in it unless you let people know who you are. Unless you KYC by the fucking community, you ain't getting in our walls, mate. So see ya. Good luck climbing the fuckers. Find strange ways. I see where you're coming from. And that's the whole that's how the kings got into power, because the king promised protection. Do you know what knights are? And not the ones that are sons of lords that just get born into fucking knighthood. An actual guy who gets made into a knight. Do you know what they are? The peasants who can fight. Peasants who can fight. That's what it was. People just like me and you, but you thought you might have protected a lord one day, and he's like, yo, I'm fucking knighting you, because the lords could knight. It wasn't just the king who could fucking knight someone. The lord made his own knights. Some of the lords had that many knights and big enough armies that the king got scared and was like, oh, bro, you're getting a bit big there, mate. I'll give you a few more perks just so you don't turn against me. So it happened back in the day. You're not wrong, Oliver. It fucking happened back in the day. Bad people turning up to burn a village. I've just been speaking about the British doing it to Scotland and the rest. I know I say Scotland a lot, but it's bad. Just watch Braveheart, mate. You know how bad it is. Scott, got a little parcel for you there, bro. Can't pay it into your wallet. It smells butter. I'm gonna drop it off at my house, man. You know the address. If you can't find it, you need to work on your IT skills. If you can't find my address, honestly, work on your fucking IT skills and knowledge. But you should all know where I live by now. 20% flat tax. The evil does need to go. Exactly, AA. It's about, because people are going to look, like I say, like I can say to someone, you only really need, I said it the other day on a thing, you really need 50 million each. Like I said there to Pete, only really need 100 million each. Well, if you've got a family of 5, that means you need 500 million. But I'm talking about 100 million in one personal fucking account. One person declaring like, yeah, I've made £500,000 this year, and I've fucking tax dodged the shit out of it. Nah, bruh. We need to start holding them people accountable. Well, synonym. I've just fucking realised what your name is. Synonym. That's a smart name, that, mate. I like that. Took me a while to get. I had to see your name a few times before you even got there. What would they call you? Something like Sign No Mind before, or something like that. But this is what I was meaning by, like, when Christine Lagarde talks about the town hall coming back. That's what I think she means, like the self-governing little towns. There are some like towns are like 5 buildings, just a few away from uncovered agents. Interesting. You need to start building your trebuchet. Just start building your stone wall, Carl. Let's get that bit of land and start building the stone wall around it. And they're paying for the fucking wall. Trump's paying for everyone's wall. There is no nuclear bomb. There is no nuclear war, Oliver. There is no nuclear war. If you ever see a nuclear war while I'm alive, I'll tear my ribs out my belly and suck my own dick live on YouTube, mate. I see a nuke. If a nuke falls in England and I survive it and the internet's still up, I'll chew my own dick off live on YouTube and then shoot myself in the head. That's how confident I am we're never getting a nuclear war, right? What the fucking United Nations there for, mate? Now the elites make them have little wars. They've got to have the little wars, otherwise the man, the reptile at the top's going to get a little angry, innit? But and we're not getting nuclear war, mate. Have you looked at the United Nations mission statement? There shouldn't be any wars anymore, mate. There shouldn't have been any war. Vietnam, Korea, all that. Like, any war since World War II shouldn't have happened, mate. Shouldn't have even been legal or possible. Guy on Twitter that seems to be legit on Coming Clean suggests that XRP is a distraction and the real asset is not available to the public. Possibility, probability. Make up your own mind, mate. My stance is that guy's a bit of a cretin, just ignoring the documents that are there because he believes they might be hidden documents. Well, let's stop concentrating and fixating on stuff that might be there that we can't fucking see, and concentrate on the stuff that is there that we can fucking see. Do people honestly believe XRP and Ripple have to do this much groundwork and foundational fucking work to get in with the banks and create a stable IOV? And they think that some other asset can just come up and do it in the background without, like, it's fucking madness. Before 2023, Jesse, I don't know. Bull run next year, hopefully, mate. Next summer. I don't know. When the safety net kicks in, mate. This could be a 2-year depression yet, bro. No one fucking knows, do they? Well, the last one we did, AA, was a globalization one. I actually want to do one about psychedelics and spirituality for the other channel. Not really a documentary to be done on crypto now, because nothing else has happened. It'd be the same fucking documentary. It'd be doing the same shit. We're adding a few more fucking... a few more new informations and that. It's like... to get a proper documentary now, we have to wait a good 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and we can the next one's going to be the Internet of Value. So we went from the master plan, one world currency, to globalization, how it's going to happen and where it's leading, to 2025 Internet of Value. We're there, we've done it. What we said came true. The third document, yeah, we're a few years away off that yet, to be honest, because we're waiting for the information, the official information and facts, and the official adoption and maturity. Yeah, I'll keep trying to spark it, mate, but I'll keep walking away from it. Mars rover for NASA's called Perseverance. How could you pick up a gun just chopped off your throat? Might have it rigged up so when I fucking fall back, passed out, and I'm bleeding out an old penis, that I just pull the trigger as I go. I don't know. We'll figure something out. We won't have to do it because there'll be no nuclear war. Oh, the recession will be used to squeeze out weak hands. Make no mistake, without a shadow of a doubt. I keep thinking, the only way it's not going to go into a depression. We are heading for a global depression post-recession next year, unless the safety net's introduced. And we all know the safety net is on-demand liquidity and IOV. And I just don't know if it's got enough liquidity in the pot at the moment at the current value to do what it needs to do. But yeah. I mean, does anyone actually think there'll be a nuclear war? Because I don't, ever. Watch this. If it's flips, I apologise on selfie camera. The United Nations came into being in 1945 following the devastation of the Second World War with one central mission: the maintenance of international peace and security. The UN Security Council is primary responsibility for international peace and security. The new Famagusta making sure the Turks and the Cypriots don't fight. Why the fuck are they not in Iraq? Stopping America and Britain, rape the shit out of it. And Afghanistan and all that. What's been going on? They're supposed to maintain peace. There's no maintenance of peace anywhere. What the fuck's going on? What are the UN even doing? But they should be legitimately stopping any member of the UN. And who's members of the UN? Fucking everyone. Everyone with a red button is members of the UN. Who's members of the UN? America. America members of the UN. Russia, members of the UN. Oh, guess what? China, members of the UN. Guess what? Iran are members of the UN. Oh, we've all got a war, though. What? We've got a world war with the members of the UN. So the UN's just, United Nations is getting scrapped, is it? The United Nations is getting scrapped. They're just going to scrap the UN. See ya, United Nations don't fucking need you anymore because we want a World War III, baby. Let's measure dicks. Don't need no. Do you know what? You don't need nukes. You need nukes for batteries, mate. Nukes are batteries. Nukes are the batteries that's going to get a spaceship to Jupiter before they start mining helium-3 and shit. Get rid of the elite if they don't give themselves up for justice. Super duper bunker buster the stars there. I don't need nukes all over. We keep populace on the surface safe. The shed door does need oil, Craig. It interests me what's happening with the elites because, like I say, a self-governing IOV through ILP system is if it's self-governing, they just put the feet up like that. We're still paying taxes. They still have the brown envelopes and all that, and they're still just cracking on, aren't they? Would the UN stop a nuclear war? For those nations that are party to it, the treaty prohibits the development, testing, production, stockpiling, stationing, transfer, use, and threat of use of nuclear weapons, as well as assistance and encouragement to prohibited activities. That is the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons. It was sealed 7th of July 2017. It is actually not in force. It's not effective. The Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons. I can't, it's not even an option for me, nuclear war. I mean, do people actually think they'll see another nuke set off on the planet? I think the fucking aliens came last time, mate. We ain't allowed to nuke each other. You're joking. Has anyone got any Star Trek fans in the 60 odd people watching? Is there legitimately any Star Trek fans in here that have watched a good chunk of Star Trek and seen the way the Vulcans come to Earth? I've spoke about it before on videos. I'm sorry if I'm fucking boring you with my geekiness. But Star Trek Vulcans come when they see us warp drive signature. It's the same shit, but we were setting nukes off and then you had Roswell. Do you know what I mean? Do you think XRP coin will succeed US dollar? Succeed in what? In America? Well, it's fucked. You're never taking a dollar off Americans, you crazy. Come and try and take the pound off me, mate. Come try and take the pound off us. Not see what happened with Cameron. He was like, do you want to get rid of the pound? Nearly strung the fucker up. It was like, oh shit. Do you want a digital pound? Or do you want Brexit? It was like, I want Brexit, dickhead. Shut the fuck up about changing the pound. Like, not many people remember. It was back in about fucking, Jesus, when was that? About 2013, 2014. He said, what, we're going to do a referendum. What do you want to vote for? Cashless UK or Brexit? And we wanted Brexit. Fake alien invasion. If there's less than 9 ships, Steve, don't even bat an eyelid, mate. If there's more than 9 ships, be like, all right then. Well, Bob Lazar said there'd only be 9. What the fuck's going on? Treaties of the Antarctic. Who's actually got fucking Hitler's old fucking station down there? Who actually owns it now? Is it UN owned or is it Americans or what? Hitler had a fucking thingy built there. Come on, let's not lie, let's not joke, let's not deny shit. The fucking conspiracy, the theories, the rumours is that the Nazis built scientific labs on Antarctica. One of fucking many he built. You know what I mean? But doesn't the CBDC fiat system still allow brown envelopes to continue with the country's economy? XRP ILPs for business and the public eye work. In my first, Oliver, It might at first, but this is what I keep saying with regards to if they want us tracked and transparent, we want them tracked and transparent. Do you know what I mean? It's like it can't be one rule for us and another rule for all them. Like, I'm going to open the door one more time. One more creak. Get some oil on it soon. But yeah, they can't keep making millions while they're on normal fucking wages. They're all becoming millionaires on wages that it shouldn't be possible to become millionaires. So something's going on and something's being sent to him and give to him that shouldn't be. So again, you start tracking Boris Johnson in 10 years and find out that he's using Monero every Friday. What the fuck's going on? Do you know what I mean? He's putting a certain amount in Monero and then it's just disappearing. The tax man's going to be like, boss, like, why are you using private ledgers and shit, mate? Maybe the tax man won't be because he'll be backhanding, but the system and the people need to be like, yo, you're not. This is where privacy, like privacy security, privacy tokens, privacy coins, do you agree with them? Are they right? Do you want that kind of privacy? Do you want the drug dealers and the paedophiles and the sex rings and all that to still be able to pass people the money about like it's a normal, legitimate job? Do you want that? Because you wanting that tiny little bit of privacy on a privacy coin, you wanting that so you can store 10 grand, 200k or a couple of million if you're lucky. You want that privacy to avoid a little bit of tax that you know should be paid. Again, we need to change some tax over the future, inheritance tax and all that. Needs changing some of it, road tax, regardless, ambulance service, you know what, need paying. Got to pay some tax. If you want to dodge all them taxes, you're then giving permission through the network you want access to. You're giving permission for everyone else to, whether it's a murderer and a hitman being paid for killing someone's fucking cousin or someone's mum and they've got the inheritance, insurance jobs. You're empowering all them people who already do it through the dark web and that. When they talk online, crypto's used for illegal activity, laundering and all that. Well, before crypto, the only thing you could launder was cash, mate. It all went through cash. Now a little bit of it's going through crypto. They're trying to tear it down. It's bullshit, mate. They're scared of losing their brown envelopes. Just like our politicians were scared of losing them from Europe. And they're still getting them from Europe. They're ferrying immigrants over. The French Coast Guard and that, and the French military are actually ferrying immigrants over to the UK. It's wrong. They live. Yeah, well, synonym. The house does seem to always win, mate, and hopefully, we're moving into a time where the house will stop fucking winning, and the house is actually a safe place to fucking live. You know what I mean? Like, They Live, the movie, 1988 film, sci-fi horror. A wanderer without meaning in his life discovers a pair of sunglasses capable of showing the world the way it truly is. As he walks the streets of Los Angeles, notices that both the media and the government are comprised of subliminal messages. Oh, mate. Sounds like that needs a remake, lad. Couple of good actors as well. Roddy Piper, Keith David, Peter Jason. I'll have a look at that. George Nada. So with sunglasses and the reptilian people. Don't tell me that like some of the news reporters and the government and that are actually reptilian when he's put the glasses on. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, Alan, because I'll be ending this and going up. Yo, B. Come and land. Oh, he went out. I thought I was going to land on me then. Admiral Byrd. In his own accord, met aliens in the... Right, like... We're getting deep now, aren't we? We're going into deep alien talk. European Central Bank. Fully agree. It's just a bureaucracy, innit? No one's even... No, there's no democracy there, mate. It's bureaucracy. It's people given positions. relative to how much money and power they can bring to the table. That's not how our societies are supposed to work, mate. It's just not. The sooner the rest of Europe wakes up and close it down. See, now Europe talk about the EU talk about a level playing field, but not the one you get globally, not the one Trump talked about, not the one that China talk about, not the one that Russia talk about. The Europe's is theirs. They want to be the new power. The Europe, right? You see America losing power, economic power. The reserve's done. It's done. Within the next 5 to 10 years, the global world reserve will drastically change. It just will. We know it will. We're calling for it for 10 years already. So America's losing power, giving it away for a globalization level playing field. Everyone's basically agreed. They know China's economy is booming, but Europe, for some reason, don't want to do that and want their own fucking agenda hit first. They basically wanted, instead of everyone in a level playing field at a round table with the UK talking about trade deals and working up from WTO to actual agreed trade deals, Europe wanted to be at the front of the queue. No, speak to us before anyone else. No, get fucked, EU. Antarctic Operation Paperclip, the Nazi scientist, was massive. Do you know what was the guy called? The V2 bomber guy, Von Braun or something like that. Von Braun. Is that his name? Von Braun. He's the guy who apparently deleted all the moon landing shit. No, like the moon landing shit's gone, and no one will say why. Well, it's because it was his fucking rocket design. It was all his work, and he deleted it all before. Like apparently, I don't know. Apparently, deleted it all before he left and passed, the lad. Probably all once a Nazi, always probably still a Nazi at heart. Then he hated America, hated NASA, and a lot of it, and. Oliver, that's where we get into a debate about privacy over security, and privacy over secrecy. What's more important to you? What's private or what's secret? Do you tell more people your private information, or do you tell more people secrets? Secretive. Private. So the banks bank statements and inner workings are secret and private, aren't they? No, you can't get access to them. No, you can't. But the balance sheet is public. So regarding banks, if I was making a small bank now, you'd go, you'd build your ledger on something like Hyperledger, a private permissioned system. You'd set the permissions for the person in your bank. The people in your bank that are allowed to see certain parts of the ledger can see certain parts of the ledger. And if you haven't got permissions, you haven't got permissions. And then you tap that Hyperledger. You'd either give a public permission for your balance sheets to be dropped on it every now and then, every year when you've done your tax return, or you tap it to an Ethereum or a public ledger where you displayed the public information that anyone's allowed access to. It's about your information. There's some things about you that everyone should really be able to find out. But then there's other things that you won't want other people finding out, but you understand if the police, if the government, if the tax man need to look at it, then they're going to have access regardless of how private it is. That's what they want by privacy. They don't want to look at a network like Monero and they turn around and like, I ain't telling you whose account's whose, get fucked. That's what the government don't want. That's the kind of privacy the government don't want. The government don't mind you having a bit of privacy from your next door neighbour and shit. It's when they come knocking at the door, they want your wardrobes open. You know, they want you to bear all, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. 100%, Paul. 100%. Now, this is what I mean, right? When we do the DLT con events and they start opening up a back on this is what I'm doing them for, mate. Not just for that idea. That the fact that that idea is 100% going to be factual within 5, 10, 15 years. People will be booking Glastonbury on a DLT based DApp, decentralized application. They'll purchase the ticket through DLT. They'll get a cryptographic smart contract ticket sent to the phone, which then allows them to go into the stadium or into the field, wherever, through the turnstile. You will have KYC, so there's probably going to be a camera there. There's your QR, and the camera's going to be like, that's not the person that ordered this ticket. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking coming. Now, with DLT Con, and me saying, use this knowledge of what you're learning and what you're thinking about to your advantage, turn hobbies into revenue, turn ideas into businesses. If you know anyone who DJs at a concert, rigs up at a concert, builds the stages, does anything at concerts, sets up little concerts. If the guy's got a band and he sets his own gigs up, you know anyone like that, I'm guessing you're into concerts. If you've had the idea in your head, you must be actively thinking about concerts. I tend to think more the gaming and the other side of it, but we got to think about it all as broad. So when I'm saying use this knowledge that we're getting to our advantage into the future, not just in life, with being your own bank, picking the right platforms and stuff, picking the right investments, but in business. The taxi driver who should be saving, your taxi driver should be saving up for a self-driving car to be a taxi for him for when he can no longer drive himself. You could get in touch with people into festivals and that and say, listen, this is how ticket touts are going to go. This is how it's going to end up. We're moving into a digital world. Are you interested in building some sort of app with me? You've got the idea in your head there. Run with it, mate. Find people to help you do it. It's 100% coming. That is without a shadow of a doubt. Same with football stadiums and all that. I'm wondering when someone's going to get a 360 camera and go to United, Old Trafford, and say, look, if you stick some of these cameras behind it, like BT have done online, stick some of these cameras, boom, 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 watch Man United at, and people can buy a ticket for the 360 ticket and sit at home and watch a match on VR as if they're fucking in the stadium. You'll have to have an empty seat in the stadium, so there will be an active person in the stadium sat next to a 360 camera, and the person at home is going to look to the left, and it's like he's sat right next to that person. Now, you do that for football, baseball, basketball, cricket, concerts, anything. Where I'd love to go there, but I don't really want to go. Especially after COVID now. Like, I don't really want to be that close to that many people, but I'd love to be there. There's going to be 360 cameras. So there's a consultation, not just consultants and advisory, but maintenance and service of the cameras. If you save up a little bit of money, buy a few 360 cameras, go to a stadium, sell them, open a contract, a maintenance contract with them, and you've got a business. No, just off little ideas like that. No, granted, you need capital to set most of these up, but this is what we're doing. This is what we want. This is why we've set up all the DLT cons, so people can come together and share ideas and start building businesses and stuff. It's extremely interesting. Yeah, the XRPL. Some of the inner mechanics aren't that clear to us yet. Like, we all know it moves anything of value. We all know it. You can have smart contracts on it attached to Codius and stuff like that. And we all know this. We all know this. Not many of us actually know how it works regarding reading through the consensus protocol and actually understanding it all. The consensus algorithms, actually understanding it all. Ripple protocol, interledger protocol, the different application layers. Don't really understand it all, but we have a general gist. And yeah, XRPL transactions can apparently be private or public. You can build on top of it. It's absolutely unbelievable. Reptilian shaped cavern underneath LA. Isn't that where Godzilla lives? Oh no, it's the old film, innit? Was it? No, it was New York, wasn't it? Was it New York that or Vegas? Where was Godzilla, the old one? Madison Square Garden, what it actually. Remembered it now. Yeah, Elon Musk does seem like a G, you know. I'll go to there. Elon is satanic technocrat front man. Do you not think Elon? Do you not think he's out? He's out for the better, Elon. I'm interested in your thoughts on Elon Musk here, guys. Where'd you get him that he's satanic from? Yeah, something's going to happen, John. It's coming soon, innit? The economic shift, man. It's in reset at the moment, mate. They're fucking all doing it behind the. It's all happening behind closed doors. But this is the thing, Agora. Banks need a private ledger to keep secrets and laundering. Agreed. But if you want a private ledger, they deserve one as well. This is the world that we're moving into. Like, one person can't have security and privacy while they want another entity to not have it. Like, that's not a level playing field. This is where we all need to, like, try and wake up a little bit to what's actually happening. Regards to the microchips, the identity, the KYC, the digital IDs, all the rest of it, I think it's bigger than any of us really realise. Yeah, if Elon Musk is satanic and evil, why is he into free clean energy, self-driving cars and all that stuff? And why is he not just holding the hands of all the oil tycoons and all the other bankers? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's questionable. NASA pay him and all that to send satellites up. He's got his new CubeSat Starlink thing going up. There's things you can question in a certain way, and if you look at it from a certain perspective. But why would he? What's with all the solar panel stuff and clean energy? No, because he obviously states that AI will replace us amongst other things. I'm going to agree to disagree. I'm not getting into it, mate. Just my opinion. I'm skeptical. Hey, Agora, no danger, mate. No danger. You're entitled to your opinion, and I will always do my best to respect and understand someone's opinion. Now, I understand where you're coming from, right? And I do question how long it will take before AI is in a place to replace us, or, as Emo wants, merge with us. Elon Musk is more on the lines of, if we don't merge with tech, it's going to surpass us. Then the danger begins. The Terminator possibility begins then. But if you're into DC Comics and you know Vic Stone and Cyborg, a T-800 ain't going to be that scary if you're built like Vic Stone, bro. If you were cybernetic yourself, if you can snap a T-800's head off, it's not going to be that scary. Now, if we sit here and say AI is never going to replace humans, how naive's that? That's gullible to say never. Do you know how long never is, bro? Like, it's quite a long time. Like, quite a long time. Never. It means never, forever. Eternity, that. Like, I mean, I think we'd all agree in 100 to 200, 300 years, it's quite obvious we're going to live in some sort of altered carbon future where humans have become machines. Now, the question becomes, again, which generation? I always say the next generation is going to be crying for the chips and the cybernetics. If it's not the next generation, the first generation, it's going to start, right, with eyes, ears, and limbs. That's it. Eyes, ears, and limbs. People who can't see, who've never been able to see, all of a sudden in the 20s or the teens getting bionic eyes and they can see perfectly. People who've been deaf from birth and never heard anything in their life, all of a sudden just getting a little chip and a little device put in their ear, and bam, their eardrum's been replaced with a bionic eardrum, and they can all of a sudden hear. The kid who had meningitis, who had to have his limbs removed as a baby, has been in a wheelchair till he was fully grown at 22 years old, but can now actually have his final adult bionic limbs fitted, and now is the fastest person he knows, can run a marathon without even with his legs getting without his legs getting tired. All this stuff. And then we need to think of the normal humans who've grown up seeing people change like this, seeing people who can't see all of a sudden see better than them, seeing people who can't hear all of a sudden hearing from further away than them, the smell, there's someone getting a bionic nose and they can then smell as good as a dog, someone who couldn't walk, who didn't have arms and legs, all of a sudden being able to run further and faster than anyone you know. It's like, when does that generation then turn around and be like, I'll take bionic limbs? When do you break your leg and be like, yeah, fuck a cast, just make it metal. I'm sick. I don't want to break a bone again. Hospital bills. You know, if like they privatise the NHS and you get a choice whether you become bionic or just keep paying for human repairs. Gregors, mornings. Are we in afternoon yet? No, we're still in morning. Loads of there, California. That's why Elon wants underground freeway to route them out. Did you see what Elon Musk did? Right, here you go. Here's how you know he's not in with them as tight as he would be, because he would have just got permission straight away for doing that underground rail. Do you know what he had to do? He knew he wouldn't have got permission, right? So he didn't even ask. He bought a bit of land and started digging. And then when he was questioned why he was digging, he showed them the plans and they agreed to it. Check the sources of that story, because I'm not 100%, but that's the story I heard and what I've been going. And if AI gets tough, I'll start dating Sarah Connor. Do you know what it scares? I think it scares people that someone else is making the chip. That's what I truly think. I think a lot of humans would happily merge with some technology. But when you have Samsung coming out and they say, if you want to have a private conversation that's legitimately secret, don't have it in front of one of our devices or any other technical device that's connected to the internet. That's Samsung warning you that you've give away permissions through apps. Do you know what I mean? That's Samsung just saying, look, just bear in mind that you give away permissions to your microphones, to your cameras. Like, if you want a private conversation, don't have it in front of your phone, because it ain't private. This video is not private conversation, is it? Anyone can find it. But if I'd have just been saying this to a mate and had phone on the side online, it's not a private conversation, because every single app in my phone's got permissions to listen to the microphone anytime they want. I like that, Oliver, because I want to challenge it a little bit, if you don't mind, mate. But anyone with money and success is satanic. They're genuinely good people out there who make good business decisions. I bet if people say these satanic had a beer with it, they would think different. They would. I would like to change the world. I would like to change the world. More than Akon. Now, Akon's an extremely rich person, and he's doing extremely well. He's brought water and electric, I believe, to over 600 million Africans, I believe. 600 million. Someone fact check that, because I'm fucking pulling numbers out my arse here, and I don't like when I'm not 100% on them. But basically, like, Akon brings electric to 600. It's already there, so we know I'm there. It's 600 million Africans, brings electricity at 600 million. All right. Akon net worth. Akon's net worth is roughly $80 million, making him one of the richest R&B singers on the planet. Now, if we took the perspective of we want to cap Akon at 100 million, then Akon himself can no longer help the rest of the planet beyond what is already helping them. Like I say, he's done fucking amazing. 600 million Africans, and he's still worth 80 million. Why don't you spend another 20, Akon? Why don't you spend another 20, mate? It's 60 million, not enough. Why don't you spend another 40 million? It's 40 million, not enough for you. It's 40 million, not enough, Akon. Again, we come to the point where people are building legacies and leaving generational wealth for the families as well. So maybe like people saying, oh, as a rich man, he must be satanic. But Oliver's got a point. If he wants to build a personal wealth of up to 100 million to take care of himself and his family for the future, he's more than entitled to do that. You then want to build a corporation, like I'm sure Akon, well, I know Akon's building corporations and businesses to help the people of the earth. So his personal account's not really doing this. What I'm saying, where your corporation to truly help. So if I truly want to help the planet, I need Love for Limited to be worth billions, or you ain't going to be able to help the way you'd want to. Do you know what I mean? We're not going to be able to. There's almost no chance that we end up billionaires to be able to help as many people as we would. And again, with your exit strategies, how much do you need first? You've got to help yourself before you can fucking heat your, you know what I mean? You can't help anyone until you've helped yourself get out of the stress. Ripple's a tough one, innit, Agora? Like I say, if you look at what Ripple are doing, they do look elite. They look like they're in the pockets of all the elites. But then when you listen to Chris Larson talk about the internet of value and a level playing field of globalization for all, it sounds a lot more left there and a lot more socialist, decentralized future. It's a tough one. Maybe that's why Chris Larson had to step down, because he wouldn't have won the hearts of the elites the way Brad Garlinghouse has. Who knows? Elon Musk, Neuralink, transhumanism, what could possibly go wrong? Forget about privacy when you're no longer custodian of your own thoughts. Synonym. Do you think you're in charge of your consciousness now, mate? Like just that cheeky little dude there, just to put you on a nice little level for the rest of the day and that. It's like, even that shunned at. Do you know what I mean? It's illegal in places. It's, you're not in charge of your own consciousness, mate. You can't even go and legally do mushrooms on a field. It's, oh, I love a bit of conspiracy, me, Agora, but I'm proper. I've become more open-minded to any side lately. I say I'll try and respect and understand your opinion. I'll never intentionally attack it or try and argue it. And if it seems I am, and that's unintentional. I mean, I know my tone changes sometimes. Everyone's like, stop shouting. I'm just talking assertively. I'm being the skeptic, acting the character that's being negative as fuck. Kurt used to end up in full arguments with Kurt. But I'm like, Kurt, I get it. I understand it. I'm being the Bitcoin maxi, mate. Like, if I go on Twitter now saying all this shit, and a Bitcoin maxi comes out and says, well, what about this, and that? I need a comeback. Give me one, mate. I fucking can't do it. So what I mean, I've got nothing to say. So yeah, it's a funny one, man. It's a funny one. Oh, latest Coda. Love you back, mate. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours. Take care. See, Elon Musk is an evil human being. I respect your opinion, but I just don't see it myself. I just don't see it. Like, enlighten me, please. I just don't see it. There is actually this. Let's have a look at this, actually. Cardano, while we're on this subject. Oh, mate. This will be good. Oh, it's on my phone. Cardano is working on a microchip. Wait. Cardano is working on a microchip where they would give crypto a cash-like experience. In a recent Cointelegraph interview, Charles Hoskington elaborated on a crypto-native chip that IOHK is working at its blockchain lab at the University of Wyoming. It may lead to many groundbreaking use cases, including a cash-like experience for cryptocurrency, crypto-native microchip. It all began when the company charged with the development of the Cardano began exploring supply chain use cases and realized that there were no chips on the market that could satisfy its requirements. Embeddability, ability to store cryptographic keys, and being inexpensive to produce. Interesting. So, quoted by Hodgkins says, really, what we noticed is that there is unfortunately no market standard right now for open source trusted hardware that's sufficiently powerful that it could be used with cryptocurrency, but also be used in the supply chain. There is no market standard for open source trusted in. That is a brilliant way to put it. What's it going to take is to trust the chip in the hand? What's it going to... Is a Christian ever going to trust that? Like, honestly, someone who truly believes that's the mark of the beast, are they ever going to trust that? He stressed that all the work being done on the chip will remain open source and will not only benefit Cardano alone, but rather the entire crypto community. So this is where it comes to, guys. If you truly want to understand what's happening here and what's going on with these chips and what does it actually mean to be open source, chase it, follow it, get to GitHub, find where it is, find the people working on it, find the people contributing to it, and see if you feel you could trust it. Message them on Twitter. There's like, you can go to the Carver Labs, like the ILP Switch app, GitHub, and you see the guy who's like just some 22-year-old uni grad who's literally wrote the code for Switch in ILP. It's like, you can go and message him on Twitter and ask him how he built it, why he built it, what's he believing, what's he building it for. Message Beatsbin, ask him about Xumm, question him about Xumm. I honestly think that app's like for satanic elitists, giving you the power to be your own bank. It's the use cases, we'll see what they're thinking now. Because we know from everything from payments to IDs to tickets. You're talking about getting the tickets for the concert. What if it just got pinged to your phone and when you went to the concert, you just put your arm at the turnstile, it scans your face and knows it's you, lets you in. The chip could be used in a variety of shopping chain use cases, including the authentication and management of luxury goods. For instance, it could be used to determine authenticity of Louis Vuitton handbags for managing access to limited edition Lamborghini purchases. Imagine that, or managing access Lamborghini. Ooh. The only people who are allowed to buy those limited edition models are verified Lamborghini customers. And so you see a lot of these things. And so what ends up happening is the people who are verified customer, there's a lottery system, and if they win, they have the right to buy it. But almost always they actually sell that right to somebody else and they make a profit. So it's like free money that Lamborghini gives to their customers that I'm guessing is going to stop. You not got access to this smart contract, bruh. You ain't got permission to this smart contract, bruh. So basically that guy's only going to be able to sell it in the future to another Lamborghini, a verified Lamborghini customer. And the smart contract's only going to let it go to a verified Lamborghini customer. They're going to make sure people are not fiddling the fucking system anymore to make themselves an extra little butter. Make your butter legally or don't fucking eat. However, not all of the use cases for the chip involve prohibitively expensive items. Many involve agriculture and the developing world. One of the most far-fetched projects would involve, at first glance, a counterintuitive transformation from virtual currencies to physical. You know the whole point of Bitcoin was to go from cash to something that's like cash online, but what if you go from the opposite direction? What if you wanted to go from a native cryptocurrency to something that has a cash-like user experience? It's very difficult to do without a hardware component. Cardano believes that the developing world is one of the key markets for future success of cryptocurrency. For instance, they discovered that in Africa, only 2% of the 6 million farmers own smartphones. So when you look at it like that, you say, well, okay, 98% are mostly offline, not banked or digital. So if I was building a money system for them, I would probably be a bad idea to say, oh, you have to use an always online purely digital currency. You need some other thing. It's hard to read quotes, man, because it's right how they say it. And so how do I replicate cash money experience but still have a blockchain back end? Well, what you do is create a hierarchy where those 2% basically become like micro banks, and they can manage the issuance of these tokens to people. Oh, that's like joint KYC. So the 2% that are online and get KYC, they're going to then themselves KYC their neighboring farmers to then use off-chain currency. So they're doing off-chain transactions until they get online. I think John Wayne will be thawed out. I'm behind on comments, apologies. Would you not like the choice of when to die, Agora? To be bionic and choose when you switch off, or just go into a deep fucking 100-year sleep and wake back up in 100 years, see if the world's any better. Morning, Chuck Ferguson. I've got another bit here that I'm going to read out. Infinitely scalable crypto. Interesting. The way this would work, that the private key from one chip will be transferred to another. It would also provide the proof of erasure, making sure that the key only exists on the new device. The chip could be embedded into the phone case and would not require the internet for transferring of cryptographic keys. So if you can do that, you can basically just tap phones locally with no internet connection to each other and move value like you would a $20 bill from one actor to another actor, and you've replicated the cash experience. Now, what's nice about the solution is it's infinitely scalable because these transactions actually don't occur on a blockchain. So from the blockchain perspective, nothing has happened. This is a long-term project that will take years to perfect. One of the concerns for Hodgkinson's is the shadow of the trade war between the US and China, which could cut into the chip production supply lines. In addition, cryptography is considered to be a weapon system and governments limit its export. Interesting. So cryptography is still considered a weapon system because of the sending of military messages encrypted with cryptography, because it started back in the war, didn't it, with the Enigma code and all that stuff. Cryptography goes way back. It's not just digital. Another thing that we will be going into in the IOV, ILP courses we run. Starlink will give them the connection. Elon Musk going Space Force, low Earth orbit satellites. It's happening. So, with off-chain networks and the farmers, the 98% African farmers who were struggling to get access to global markets, now through the 2% who do have access to global markets, financial services and whatnot, they are over the next several years going to get KYC'd into that through them with their own little off-chain network growing. And then, like you say, once the Starlink, once that's all finished, they'll have instant internet. Boom, done. All they need to do then is get a little bit of revenue in. They'll have to get a smartphone and that in the end, but it's do you know what? I don't want to mess with that phone. I'm pretty sure. I'll show you how to find it, because you'll be able to get it up relatively easy. Just Google Cardano microchip, mate. The first one. That's all I did. Did that this morning. I just forgot. But yeah, we ended up on it anyway. I knew it. He always has a chance to come up. So I just opened the tab in the back, and then I remembered it. Then when it was going on about Elon Musk. But yeah, Google's your friend, man, and it's generally not that hard to find stuff once you're on it. Chip buddies. It's not windy today. Fairness to all, it's what they're sprouting in it. This is why I question Ripple being downright in with the elites, because they talk about a level playing field for all. But like I say, let's not get it twisted. If they pull 98% of farming Africans into a global market and they start producing more value, earning more revenue, the local governments that start getting the then emerging economies within them areas are going to produce more taxation. It is, isn't it? It's going to produce more value on the planet, which in turn just makes the elites even richer. So maybe Ripple, Elon Musk, and them kinds of people are the ones we've needed to make the elites realize that a digital system that's also fair for us is actually possible now and still makes them richer. It's interesting, because everyone's just shit scared of being trapped and controlled, and really we already are. Shut this door. Chip buddies. Atomic wallet. Not look much, you know. It's all the range though, innit? It's atomic swaps. Is that what they're pushing? That's what it will be, won't it? Atomic wallet. Trusted reviews. CZ Binance adoption. Thank you for the support. 5 stars off CZ Binance. So that's what he thinks of it. You take his word over mine or what? I don't know. Manage your portfolio, manage, exchange, stake, and buy all your favorite assets in one secure interface. Instant exchange with cashback. So 60 plus crypto pairs anonymously and receive cashback for exchange. Anonymously, eh? Oh, is this one of them tax dodgy ones? Delegate your assets to validators and get rewards on staking Tezos, Atom, and other coins with 0 fees. Staking, is that like their version of fucking Power Pigger? Secure, your private keys are encrypted and never leave your device. You fully control your funds. No accounts, no verification, no KYC for basic features in the wallet. No one can block your funds. 24/7 live support. Our support is always ready to help you get quick and efficient response via live chat or email. Supported assets. Atomic currently supports all top blockchains and more than 500 tokens. Check the full list on our website, but there is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, EOS, Tether, Bitcoin Cash, Stellar, Bitcoin SB, Tron, Binance Coin, Cardano, Monero, Dash, Tezos, Dogecoin, Neo, Mako, Cosmos, Digibyte, Ethereum Classic, you name them, bro. VeChain, Waves, Nano, BitTorrent, Omi's Go, Zikila, or Zilliqa, yeah, that one. Interesting, it looks interesting, sorry, I actually just phased out a little bit there, someone's messing with bins. How does the Atomic Wallet work? Atomic Wallet is a non-custodial, decentralized wallet. It means that you own your backup phrase and private keys, thus you fully control your funds. We have no access to your wallet and your sensitive information. This is one that if hacked, they're going to be like, bruh, did you not read that? It was all you. It was all on you. So yeah, great. It's like an on-phone fucking ledger, innit? Without the phone becomes a device. It tells you your keys and phrases never leave your device, but your phone basically becomes your ledger. Just be careful about the what people need to be careful of is two-way authentication on the same device. So if I was to people's like going to chop hands off. People's going to chop hands off. Well, would it not just be easier to just grab a guy, knock him out, lift his eyes up, like open his eyes somehow, get his face to open his phone, and then get his app open? He's got his Google Authenticator on the same fucking phone. It's just always open. So you get in the two-factor authentication. He's got his emails always open on his phone. So when you go to move from Binance to your ledger, you've got the email so you can fucking accept the email. You took the phone back in his pocket and walk off, and he wakes up. People talking about cutting hands off, yet no one's doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a lot easier to get someone's money if they've got a wallet that's on the phone. Do you know what I mean? It stands to reason that you want two phones, one with a Google Authenticator on and one with your apps on. So you need both phones with you to access the apps. Yeah, it might be a ball ache if you're out one day and you want to get access and you've left a phone at home, but at least you're not going to get robbed. If you're worried about getting robbed, if you can give a good shin to the chin, then it's not too bad. You'll no longer know what's fair. If you're Neuralinked, you'll be told what's fair. The UK already does this with Behavioural Insight team. They've been nudging the population for years. Obviously, have you seen the amount of sheep just listening to the shepherd in the telly in him? 100%, but how do you know? How do you know? How do you know Elon Musk's Neuralink is going to do that? How do you know it's not going to free you? How do you know it's not going to connect you to your cosmic conscious and clean your pineal gland? Honestly, how do you know? Might just go in and just be like, yo, all this calcium ain't supposed to be here. Break that off, get rid of that, regulate that properly, and all of a sudden you're not only in touch with your true, actual fucking self without all the blockage, rumour, not actually proven in mainstream, not surprised. But you know what I'm getting at? How do you know? Thailand, I've seen something similar in South Korea, China, Japan's even got robots working all over and that already, haven't there? It's being done. Secure supply lines with coins like Chainlink will stop people's products being taxed or stolen at ports. Excuse me. And more of the money will go to the hard-working farmer. Exactly. All these stories you get, like, we never got stuff left on our step or porch, as the Americans would say. Our little step at the front of our house, we very rarely got packages left on there, right? They get left in the bin or around the back of the house, like hidden, out of sight. I'm seeing in America lately, like, people's got your shit left on the thing, and then I started thinking, is that just because of COVID, or is that normal? And then there's people robbing people's packages off the step. Now with C19, it's like, we've been doing that, like, people, the delivery guy leaves it on the step, knocks on the door, takes a picture of the person opening the door and getting the parcel, and signs for it. If he has to leave it round the back or anything like normal, then he does the same, takes a picture of it round the back and signs it himself, saying left at back door as requested. Do you know what I mean? But it's interesting what it's all going to stop, all this tracking. Like I said, I don't believe QR code has a place in payments. No one wants to be getting an app out, getting a Xumm app out, and scanning with QR code. That they don't really want that. And I know Thing's trying to make something new, so he wants the QR codes and that in the payments. And I understand some people already do it. Greg's app, so you sign up to the Greg's app in the UK, you can load the Greg's app with money, and you pay on the QR code the Greg's app gives you, and it pays for the thing, and you get points. You get a free brew after 6 drinks instead of 10, what the card. Do you know what I mean? So you do get perks off being off the app. So maybe that's what they'll do. They'll force a perk. It's like when Kurt used to say, and I agreed with him when he thought of it, to be honest. But Kurt thought of the 2-tier money system, whereas to enforce and bring in digital money and digital fiat and CBDCs and getting people used to holding money digitally. Kurt came up with the idea that he thinks in the end you're going to walk into a shop and it's going to have a price for digital that's going to be cheaper than the price for cash. So it's going to say e-money price and digital and cash price, and the cash price will be higher, making people turn to digital money. Or you'll get a perk for giving the bank your cash. So going to the bank and saying, I'm handing this cash in, exchanging it for a new CBDC account, and I want that new digital account that's linked to DLT and tap to ILP and all that. They might lock off the cash accounts, imagine that, or them cash accounts are in the Internet of Value. Not that they can't be, of course they can, but it might just force you to a different kind of wallet by saying, if you want that Internet of Value stuff, if you want that pending payment and everything to come down to this new system, you're going to have to go to this new e-money. That's why it's cheaper in the shops, it's cheaper and better to use. You opened a bank last month with Siam, the Ripple partner. They're introducing an electronic payment platform here very soon. That they are. As I say, so it's the same with everything, innit? SBI R3, Corda, Carver Labs and their app, Xumm, settling. All going to come out with their own little settlement platforms where you can instantly settle. It's going to be tapped to the global RTGS system. Coffee farmers are benefiting from the supply chain gains, getting paid more as their yeah, and I bet the ones on VeChain, all the farmers on VeChain will be, because they're tracking the milk and that now. I've shown it on another video. It's quite impressive the way you can go and see the cows in the field. So you know they're not in a warehouse. Got cameras in the field filming the cows, man. It's good, mate. It's good. Kurt Yorkie Bar is my best friend and was in LFC with me at the beginning. I started it on my own, and like he was a little reluctant to do videos and that, but in the end, I was basically concentrating on the broader cryptos, to be honest, and new ICOs and that. That's how we got on BAB. And I didn't like Ripple at first because it was the bankers, you know what I mean? I was there, I loved XRP, was buying XRP, but I didn't really want to do XRP videos because I felt like it was sucking bankers' dick. I legitimately did. I felt like that's what it was until we got onto the Everest document. Kurt started making his Internet of Value. Kurt come on then, started doing his videos. Well, he come on before we found that document, to be honest. He come on doing videos. Then we saw the Sam I Am video that had the supranational currency thing in it, and that was just like, that got us onto looking at Triffin's dilemma. What the fuck's a Triffin's dilemma? You know, we've got us looking at that, reserve currencies, what's the supranational currency, what's the SDR basket. Then you're watching that, is it Kevin Shit? Yeah, the ex-CIA guy, and he starts talking about the SDR rights being the new digital money, and you're like, again, you're like, what the fuck? And I'm sat here watching Kurt doing these videos thinking, hang on a minute. Is it sucking a banker's dick? And then the Everest document come, and I saw global RTGS, I saw Internet of Value, saw all the corporations next to all the banks in it linked by XRPL, and again, that was the big bone pineal gland, fully fucking clean then, you know what I mean? That was so Kurt, hands up, most of the credit for driving us on this IOV path, to be honest. But like I say, once I was on it, I started looking into it, and I saw the David Schwartz video of your per second payments, and I heard him talk about someone walk past the shop, and the shop pinged your phone for data, saying I want data, and your phone's like, right, we'll pay for it. And the shop's like, okay, and it pays for data, and then they swap phones, and David Schwartz stayed very vague on the video I saw, but then it had me thinking like, well, obviously that's where your personal private ledger comes in, where you add your data in the morning. I'd like these trainers, I want these pants, I want this, I want that. And while you're out walking, advertisers that you walk past and your phone gets in the vicinity can ping to you and be like, yo, can I buy some data or any trainer data in his ledger? And your phone's like, yeah, you want a pair of trainers? Do you want to know what they are? And like, yeah, I'll give you 50p for the information. Send you fucking 20, 30, 50p over just to get the information. Turns out it's JD Sports, and they do have the trainer you're looking for in the actual size on a sale, and boom, they're pinging your phone to say, bro, we've got what you want at the shop, and we've actually paid you to tell you. You know what I mean? They've paid you to find out that they had what you want. You're getting money for it, because all these advertisers sharing data in the background are all getting money when they ping this data about. So we need the data to come to us as well. Started putting that together, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, that with your per second payments of everything, paying for shit per second. And the new subscription model of not having to subscribe monthly because you can pay per second and micro payments. How is it even going to handle it all? And then again, David Schwartz is like, well, ILP and this and that, it can funnel packets of data. So everyone thinks about all these micro transactions going as single transactions. But if you had fucking 2,000 micro transactions in one hub here, say from Sky, because 200,000 people are watching Sky per second, all their microtransactions will get bundled within a certain thing and then sent as one packet. Do you know what I mean? Could be sent through multiple packets. David Schwartz in one of the videos actually said at times you may never know what currency you're in. Multi-hop. The multi-hop. Oh, like I say, guys, we can watch all this stuff all day. And let me get the charger in, because I don't know what I'll be on. We can watch all this stuff all day and get a gist of it, but truly understanding it is completely different. Like, I'm not going to sit here now and act like I fully understand X-current and the speeding up of the messaging system and multi-hop and all that, but I understand the vision and the concept that it's going to provide. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's who Kurt is. And it's Kurt, C-U-R-T, Curtis, not Kirk. General mistake, accents are fucked, fully understanding, not like, but Kurt. It's because we don't really say T's, do we? We don't enunciate T's, mate. If I enunciated the Kurt, you'd know it was Kurt. Kurt. We don't enunciate T's in Manchester, mate. Love you too, Pete. Love you. Nah. Health and happiness to you and yours. See you later, bro. You're probably already gone. Apologies if you have. Love you, mate. terrible with comments, me. I'm so sorry. Right, Everest document. I've brought this up a few times, but I continually forget to remember what the actual thing is. But if you just search, because we've all searched it enough now, we've got the tag on YouTube, the keywords got enough. So if we search Everest, Everest adoption timeline, in it, that's the one. See, that's getting warm in here again. Oh, come on, phone. I must load in one to make sure it's the actual document, because I want you to see it. You need to like see what it looks like. Looks like that. Blockchain technology adoption. You can see in the top Everest and NTT Data Company. And the reason this got so many of us onto it is because it's got two timelines. And again, this pulled me in. That timeline at the top. So from the Internet of Information, and it tells you the full timeline from everything from the internet being constructed to what we basically use now, adoption to maturity. And it's from that to the Internet of Value. And then I'm shaking like mad trying to hold that still. So basically off this document, and then there's, let me get that one up, because that's the, this is the game changer. This changes my perspective anyway, or it did. That one, the global RTGS system with XRPL in the middle. So go and check that out, and you will Google just Everest adoption timeline, and it'll be one of the ones at the top. It'll literally be the top one. That top link there takes you to it. There's a few links that will take you to it. A few different documents as well, to be honest. If you join the Telegram, one of the previous videos will have the link to the Telegram in it. And I've put loads of documents in the Telegram. Most of them are in the Telegram. I'm going to have to go and get some breakfast in a minute because my stomach's just started rumbling. But yeah, Yorkie Bar, Everest. Should have told you how to spell it, didn't I? Because it's not actually Everest. Did it show on there then? EVERIS, Everest adoption timeline. It is legitimately the best visual documentation of the Internet of Value that's currently out there, and it is actually an adaptation of a Ripple document. So if you join the Telegram and search documents and just search Ripple PDF, you will find that it's almost the exact same document but made by Ripple. And every time you see that document, whether it's from Everest, NTT Data, or DTCC, the W3C, any of them, they share that document. They've used Ripple's original document and molded it into their own. Do you know what I mean? It's not like that's not an Everest document. That's a Ripple document turned into an Everest document. Yeah, I believe it, that Sly Brethren, you won't be able to do much at all. Bail condition state, I cannot go to town with a woman. No. Yeah, Alan. Stuff like that might be ending in 20 years, mate. Yeah, Gary, when it all stopped, I mean, that was legitimately, mate, it was, that was 2018 for me. Like, legitimately early 2018. 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago. Like, that's crazy now. Which is why it's like, there's no more documentary. There's no other documentary beyond globalization yet. They just didn't really want to make. There probably is. Kurt could make one, don't get me wrong. Kurt, because Kurt, watching Gregory Mannarino and Peter Ship and all them people that he watches, he will have a lot to say on the economy, I imagine. So Kurt could probably make one. But for me at the moment, mate, I'm so internet of value that I'm waiting till I make my next one. I'll be traveling, visiting Africans who have recently got financial services in the end and doing a proper global documentary where I'm like, yo, this is where it's at. It's fucking happened. There's gonna be Africans who are out there like, yo, we got financial services, internet of value. Hey. Telegram group. My phone stopped charging, the bastard. Naughty phone. It's just the love for crypto, the official community. I haven't got it on this phone now. Fuck's sake. In fact, let me get Twitter up. Profile. You're on the Twitter. If you've got us on Twitter there, see that little link tree? Little link tree link there. If you whack that link tree link, if you've got a better signal than me, it'll come up. It'll take you to that, which is like all our links, or most of them. Don't think I've added cinnamon yet. But most of our links there, if you just whack the Telegram, it should take you to the Telegram. There. Love for Crypto, official community chat. That's the one. Yeah. And I've added a load of documents in there, and the Ripple PDF one's there. That's the original Everest document. Oh, Gary, like get in the Telegram, mate, and look at some of the documentation from back in the day. Mate, I wish the website was still up because it was all like there was loads on there, all in order. Telegram's closes and you can't get in it. Invite only. I'll open it when I close the video. I ain't got Telegram on this S8. I don't really want it on this S8 anymore. I haven't. No. I couldn't find them the other day, you know. I think my keys are in the house as well. There is one on my key. Oh no, my keys are here, but... You swapping your car over? Yeah, I'll come out and do it in a sec. I'm stopping this in a minute. Yeah, Paul, it's awkward, I know. Apologies, mate. It's only because I just fucked up not dropping the links in the description on this video, mate. Apologies for that. But if you go back and watch, right, go to YouTube on our channel, find the master plan video and find the globalization video, them two videos, and copy every single link from there and stick them in a note, and then you'll never have to ask me for the document link again, bro. Because pretty much you'll have every single one of them. You might not have all 60 odd out of Telegram, but you'll have the relevant ones are on them two documentaries. Every link relevant to the two documentaries where we got the information from is in the description. So I've got to go move the car for my dad to get his car out and wash it. But I will see you all on the next one. Watching this guy called Mario on a live stream yesterday going to... I know. Internet of value's way under the rug, mate. There used to be a wallet embedded into Telegram. I think there was, yeah, they fucked it off though, didn't they? No danger. But yeah, guys, always a pleasure. Yeah, it's worth it, innit, Alan? Yeah, get the globalization ones, what happens after. It's a little eerie at first of us running up to the reset because we don't actually know what's going to happen. But the way Chris Larson and that talk at the end of it, mate, you know what's going to happen, and it's a level playing field for all. Globalization for all, a fair system. It's just going to take a lot of time to iron it out in it. You know, the dance guys, live long and hodl, invest in yourself, invest in internet of value. Hope so, Yorkie Bar. Let's hope so. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours. We love crypto, we love XRP, and we love you. 10k XRP is enough if it reaches the value you need it to be, bro. It's the only question anyone can give you. Only you can answer them questions. Rewind right to the beginning and check the 5 things you truly need to start asking yourself. Who you are, where's that take you, how much does that life cost, how much does your XRP need to provide that life, and then the more XRP you buy, the less price you cash out at. Simple as that. Make peace with your exit strategies. Peace. Till the next one.